fried is the shit.
Oh, yeah, it's good stuff, huh? Live wagon. We're live.
LIVE.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Stream, everybody, live from the Retro 81, where the bathroom's in the back and the jungle room on the second floor above the main cab area. Woo!
The jungle gym.
Oh, yeah. The old plant manager accepted my,
Well, you're gonna find that motherfucker at a goddamn car lot.
Who's that? Find what?
Hey, you better pave paradise and put up a parking lot.
Pay paradise and put up a parking lot. That's a good tune, man. That's a really good tune. You know that wagon?
Yeah.
Yep. So here's what I've been hearing, everybody. They say that New York City has come up with a way that once you and you are from blood trend, they will take your blood transfusion, the plasma that they receive from your blood, and they're going to give it to somebody that has COVID-19. This was on Fox News today. And what it's supposed to do is the healthy cells in that plasma and the antibodies that have been generated from fighting off that disease, it's supposed to help. I don't know. Jay, what's up?
Where's the key?
Yeah, I don't know about that. It's not pneumonia. I don't know about that one, Mike. Hey, boss lady, you're more than welcome. I'm going to give you the link. Here it comes.
How did you know I fell asleep last night? Huh?
What are you saying?
How'd you know I fell asleep last night?
I don't know. I touched the wrong button, I guess, everybody. Trying to drop a link here.
Hello?
Hello? Yes, wagon.
How'd you know I fell asleep last night?
Oh, well, because we kept talking to you and there was no answers.
Could you hear me snoring?
Why? Let me ask you this, Devil Review of Music. Why are you saying it's called pneumonia and not COVID-19? Can you please enlighten the side chat? Remember, everybody on Yeah Man stream, if the side chat says it, it must be true.
Oh, thank you.
Now we're learning COVID-19 ain't nothing but pneumonia.
Needs to go get a PhD.
Yeah, starting with Devil Review and Music. He thinks he's a doctor, it sounds like, right about now. He needs to become a doctor on caloriology, maybe we'll call it, where you learn how to count calories. What do you think, Wagon? Caloriology? Can we create like a doctor's job like that? Oh, they already have them. They're called dietitians. Maybe you should become a dietitian instead of a pneumonia doctor. Devil Review.
Start with a D besides doctor, like dumbass.
Yeah, Dr. Dumbass, maybe we could call him.
Dr. Dumbass.
Yeah, that's almost as good as.
Come in with a broken leg. Oh, don't worry about that. That's normal. You're on your period.
J Cash. Yeah. You know, if Devil Reviews was a doctor, Dr. Dumbass, that'll be his doctor name. You walk in like Wagon saying with a dislocated knee, and they're gonna go, "Oh no, you're all right. You just need a cast. You broke your ankle. We don't know what's wrong with the knee."
Kind of person that prescribes people black tar heroin so they'll quit binge eating.
Yeah, I mean, so they lose all that weight. Yeah, well, that's the man. Here comes the man, everybody. Yo, the man.
Hey, what's up? So I decided to come. It's easier for me to actually tell
Didn't you know you were supposed to come? Didn't you know you were supposed to come in as Dr. Dumbass?
No, I didn't get the memo. Sorry about that.
You didn't get the memo?
No.
All right, well then, here, no. Tell us what you heard. You made the comment, and like I said, if it's in the side chat, it must be true. So you're saying it's pneumonia, not COVID-19 at this point.
Okay, so right now I know I won't.
Did
I
you
can't
learn
review
this
her.
from Sean Hannity or Tucker Carlson?
Okay, so I can't reveal who I know that has and right now what she's dealing with right now, and she's telling right now, she thought she had that. Well, right now she has pneumonia.
Okay, but that's
the
okay.
The COVID and the pneumonia are the same exact symptoms.
No, they're not. They're not. Well, yeah, could be, boy. Yeah, could be. You're right, Mike. It could be very similar.
She said
and you do die from both of them most likely, unless you're really taken care of.
I want to research.
Hope it's not grandma. Let's just say.
And they're saying people 70 and older are more likely to pass away from this COVID-19 than anybody else.
Let's just say I know you don't watch a lot of news, but there are people 30 years old dying from this.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, my grandma's 76 and she just recovered from pneumonia just fine.
Well, as long as you keep people away from her wagon, she'll do good.
Yeah.
I've known people, Stephen W., what's going on? I've known people to have walking pneumonia and not know it. How about that?
I mean, yeah, I don't watch the news. I read a lot of articles. Since this whole thing happened, I've been doing a lot of research my own self because I want to know what's going on in the world. Because, if I had to be trapped in my house, I at least want to know why I'm trapped in my house,
Yeah, well, we've all been trapped.
You ought to
trapped
see
in our
one
house.
of them auction people. He got the right voice for it, doesn't he, yeah, man?
Yeah, he sure does.
I know. I talk fast, but I try to. If I talk too slow, it's like.
You're doing just fine, no matter how fast you're talking.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. So where's the old man?
Yeah, I try to call him, but he was in the other person's stream earlier, like 25 minutes ago. So I thought he was awake, and he's not.
Oh, it's all good. I mean, maybe he'll come.
Hey, boy, when are we going to meet up and St. Joe?
Oh, that's what I thought that was. You changed your name, Stephanie. You guys want to come up tonight? You're welcome.
Joe.
Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? When I get my license and get a car, because I'm meeting a friend of mine up there soon, probably very soon. He lives in Missouri too as well.
Yeah, but when you go, I'll pick you up and we'll go get lunch.
Okay.
That's interesting. You're going to get a driver's license.
Oh, yeah, I have to.
You do? That's interesting. I thought you said you couldn't pay attention to the road.
My grandma didn't get her license until she was in her 50s. So.
What? What'd you say, man?
I said I thought you said you couldn't pay attention to the road long enough to have a license.
No, there's actually a way I can do, because no, not paying attention to the road. I have to do the visual test.
Well, that's the easiest fucking part.
No.
I don't. What do you get to point at boxes to answer questions? What are you talking about?
No. I guess there's a test. You write it down, and there's one you can go certain places in my area. It'll give like a visual like screen, and pretty much point at boxes, and
it's all like that these days. You sit down and it's you read the question. It's A, B, C, or D, and if you want to have the questions read to you, you plug in with headphones. It's the same all over the country. The problem is, I hope you can read the fucking road signs.
It's
just that's cause you to fucking crash into somebody.
Boy.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a flashing yellow light and a flashing red light?
Flashing yellow light, I believe, is like slow down.
No, that means yield.
Wait, slow down, and what else? There's something else you must do. You must use something.
Oh, I don't know. I never read the book yet.
Something.
A flashing yellow light is yield.
Flashing yellow light, you're supposed to slow down and yield. Yep. And the C
Yield,
word is caution.
Yeah,
you use
yield
caution.
Caution. Yeah, I remember the book. I did the first, preliminary, online out of 40 questions. I got 8 right.
Okay, 8 out of 40. That's good. If you really work at it, you might get your license.
Yeah.
What's a flashing red light, boy?
Right.
Isn't a flashing red light means like stop, right?
All right. A flashing red light means stop.
Think it over.
You know what? Hey, yeah, man. I think boy needs to get his Class A CDL.
Yeah, like
boy
just tried to. We could document it on YouTube. Yup. We could have him contact us up here in Michigan and everything. I want to be a truck driver. Guys, YouTube, help me become a truck driver, man.
Hey, I want to get my license.
Boy, you could actually have a big life change if you were to do that. Get your driver's license and actually be comfortable driving and get a CDL license and, become a truck driver. You got to wait. Hey, don't take this the wrong way because Wagon's a big guy too, and I think you're bigger than Wagon. You got to wait. So when it comes time to tie that truck down and shit, you're strong. You got the weight behind you. You know what I mean? And to do it, I think you could do it.
Thank you very much. I think I can do it too. It's just I want to drop like 60 more pounds than what I would have. I was like 280, and I was very strong. And I'm just like,
I want to see you drop.
Yeah, I want to be half myself. Like when I was I want to be like 200 pounds.
I don't pick on you about this, even though I rib you because I care.
I know.
I don't want you to contact me in art one day and tell us you had a heart attack,
I understand. Yeah, my mom's sister, my mom, I'll tell you a story real quick. My mom's brother, he died at 29 and he was 600 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that ain't nothing to play with, dude. And here's my opinion in your situation. I work with a guy who did bypass surgery. And he was a type 2 diabetic before the surgery, and he was on all kinds of medication. And once he took all that weight off, done with. Yep. You know what I mean? Yep, he's not taking any more medications.
Yep, you're correct. My ex father was bigger than me. He did the keto diet. He lost like 70 pounds, and he's off all the medicines. But he's on low dose shots. But now he takes a pill once a day for it now. And there's so much medicine. Now he's on a pill.
Okay.
I'm a big guy. Yes, I'm not on any medicine yet. I don't want to get into medicine, so right now I have time.
That's good. What you want to avoid is going to the doctor the one day and they tell you need to be on blood pressure medicine and some kind of diabetic medicine. That's when you got to start worrying.
I lost my weight. I just quit fucking eating. I don't think people can do it. But
that's why I tried to tell Boy if he would watch and cut back considerably, and then just cart that jug of water around all day, that gallon of water, and just keep sipping on it.
But the
you wouldn't believe, boy.
Is because your body will store the fat for a few weeks, but after the few weeks, you'll start dropping that shit like crazy.
Yeah, that's all I have now. The drinker's water.
I know our Aldis are all set up the same pretty much.
Oh yeah.
When you walk in the door.
You ain't got to drink water. All you got to do is eat one meal a day and you'll be fine.
I only want meal a day anyways.
He would actually work out better, Wagon, if he drank water all day and actually had 3 or 4 small meals. Small meals.
Yeah.
But I can see if you walked into Aldi right there on the right, you buy that 89-cent bag of salad. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
A little mixed with the sliced carrots and all that right in it.
Yeah, I actually went shopping. The funny thing, I say that I just went shopping like last week, and I have a whole refrigerator full of all greens, cucumbers, mushrooms, asparagus.
Make yourself a salad, and that's all you have, boy. Get up in the morning, have 1 slice of toast, dry toast or maybe a little bit of butter, and that's it. One slice, and start drinking your water, and then have that salad, and then have a salad with a chicken breast. I'm telling you, even the
I know.
king
I
told
love
you.
it.
You know what?
I can't eat. So I
No
love
dressing,
salad,
though. You got to be very light on the dressing.
Yeah.
Hey, boy,
That's what gets you.
for dinner, you ought to get shredded chicken, black beans, lettuce, and some hot sauce, and put it in a wrap. And then that'll be good.
Yeah.
I like these new I know it's Taco Bell and all, but I like these new veggie wrap they have with Taco Bell.
Let me try tweeting this out. Oh.
Yeah, for some reason my phone updated, and I'm on this one web browser that I can't do anything.
That could happen.
Before I used to be able to tweet everything out, and now it's like it looks weird now on my phone. I only see the StreamYards and the bottom of the page where it says home and Windows.
Okay. All right, guys. Here comes Alpha Wolf, everybody. Alpha Wolf in the house. What's up, Alpha Wolf?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chingo a tu madre, cabrón.
Now, Alpha, are you going to stick around for a bit? Because I'll tweet it out that you're here.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, I'm going to tweet you out because I'm tweeting this out right now. It says, come join Wagon, the man, Alpha Wolf, and myself.
We are gonna have some fun tonight because I've been drinking. I am loose, man. I just.
All right.
I'm gonna tell it like it is.
All right. Well, I talked to Shamo. I talked to Shamo last night. Who else is here? It's me, my friend Wagon. Give him a hi, Wagon.
It's pasta.
Hello, dude.
And then we got the man.
The man.
Don't be afraid. Huh?
It's Dr. Dumbass.
I know.
Hey, Shamo.
Okay,
Shamo.
let's have it.
Hey, everybody. Woo!
Hello.
Hello.
I'm not going to be on that long. I just kind of say hi and tell you I'm supporting you.
Okay.
Have
you ever met Alpha Wolf?
He's running away. He's running away. I am not the devil. You know that? I'm not the devil. So, you know.
Did you say you're not a Dago?
I tell her that to stay here. You know, let's talk. Don't be afraid of me.
Oh.
Come on, ladies.
That's Alpha Wolf. He's from the Boy, and my buddy Wagon, and Mikey, the man tonight.
Hello.
How you doing again?
Hi.
It's just a party, you know. I was bringing it to everybody's attention what they're doing in New York City with the COVID-19 situation.
Oh, they're
hot. What's that?
What's
Wagon. Wagon. Oh.
What was that?
No, boss lady, I did get a good update today if you'd like me to tell you about it.
What's the good update?
Well, what they are talking about is the medical ship that they're sending from Norfolk, the military medical ship, to go be parked outside of Manhattan. They're talking about actually using that ship for well patients.
You are getting me excited. That crowd is getting me excited. Like I have my heart on right now. Keep doing it.
Boing.
Boing. Yeah, I'm going boing. Yeah. Come on, keep doing it. Keep doing it. I'm not done. Come on, baby.
That's funny.
Too much.
Ow. You were doing that. Come on. I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, everybody.
They're on that TikTok video. Goes,
Oh,
Alpha,
no.
Alpha,
No, she was
you're kinda
doing that. She was doing that, and she got me hard
Alpha,
on.
you're creeping me
I
out.
know. I expect you to complete the job. Complete the job, please. Come on.
So yeah, because the New York City boss lady, the New York City hospitals are maxing out on everything.
Hold on.
When that ship gets there, it's going to most likely be used for well patients.
Yeah.
It's just
I heard
crazy.
that too.
Complete the job. Come on, keep shouting. Keep shouting, please, please, please. I beg you.
I don't know what Wagon did. He's buffing now.
I beg you. I beg you. Keep shouting.
Buff Alpha.
Wait,
Hey, the other thing I
are
saw
you
that's
Al?
great. That's Alpo Wolf.
I don't think I've ever seen him.
He's from
Hello.
The Boy.
Hello.
He's from The Boy. He knows about everybody. So you don't know about all those people, Tucker. And do you know who Dave the Fisherman is?
No.
See, there's a lot of people. They're like on the other side of the drama community.
All I want her to keep shouting like she was doing, so I can complete my job here.
Here's the wild thing.
I'm halfway. Come on.
Florida government finally finds a cure to COVID-19. Something stool can heat water up and can inhale the water. And oh god, iFunny, everybody. People are sending me bullshit on iFunny about COVID-19. It's just sad. Sad, my own girlfriend too.
So what are you doing today?
Are you there?
I did a lot of relaxing today, pretty much, and that's really it. Hung around with the Bambino, and other than that, that's it. I've been home all day. I ain't playing around. I'm not leaving. You know, I'm not one of these people that think they need to go outside and look around.
Oh no, I just talked to my daddy who lives in a small town, right? About 2.5, 3 hours away from me, right?
Yep.
Hello. There is no cases in small town.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We hear you, Wagon.
Say 69 if you can hear me. 69,
Hey, boy.
69.
Just gonna be real fucking stupid real quick, boy.
Who?
Fucking around,
It's
boy.
Wagon playing around. All right, now Alpha
Oh,
dropped
hi,
off.
Wagon.
We'll leave him
hold up
backstage
one
when he
good
shows back up.
goddamn minute real quick. Hold up one good goddamn minute, bruh. Who's out here fucking with me live, man? Who's fucking with me, man? Hold, let me tell you who I am. I fuck dogs, I fuck cats, I fuck rabbits, I fuck couches. I'ma fuck you, bitch.
Who are you talking to?
Hey, he's talking to Alpha Wolf, probably. Hey, Wagon. Can you sing for Boss Lady?
Yes.
Wagon, wait. Before you do that, Wagon, how are you, though? Because I heard that your house burned down, and I've never really met you, but I hope that you're doing okay. And I'm sorry to hear that happened.
That's very nice of you. Very nice of you.
Hey,
Huh?
He was breaking up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, he said thank you.
Oh, okay. I just want to tell you that I'm very sorry to hear what happened. No one deserves to go through that. No one.
Oh, you're right. It's terrible.
You know,
I'll be having.
Oh, wait. Let's see what we got. Am I going to present Wagon? Is he going to come through pretty good? What's he got?
what the?
I think he's going to show you the house.
Oh, did your house get rebuilt, Wagon?
He's been rebuilding it. He sent me a bunch of pictures. We showed him on my stream last night. They replaced They put a 24-foot I-beam in.
Yeah,
steel I-beam.
man.
Yep, there you go.
Hello.
We can hear you, Wagon.
What the fuck just happened?
Well, congratulations, Wagon. I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah, him and his uncle have been working hard at it. Yep. I'm gonna bring Wagon to Michigan.
Don't you put me in front straight there, yeah, man. I'll kick your ass.
I was fixing this stuff.
I'll kick your ass.
I was trying not to do that. You know what I mean? How we do that?
Yeah.
And it was like I pressed, instead of pressing it again to go back, I pressed the whole box. And I'm like, oh no, that was the wrong one again.
But
I
yeah,
have a laptop that's also a touch screen, and it's so confusing to me because I can either use the mouse or actually touch the screen.
Yeah.
I do like it, but I got issues with it. I go so long and the thing will shut down on me and reboot.
The only computer I have is the one I have at work and my laptop that I use for work. Everything I do on YouTube is from my phone.
Oh no, that's cool. You know,
but
I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff. I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff for my channel with my phone through Studio and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I like it that way too. It helps. It's easier. I like to create my thumbnails with my phone. It's easier that way. Trying to figure out how to crop a photo so it's the right extra size.
To build a channel, I really don't. Between two kids working and taking care of my house, I can't.
I feel you on that. I can feel you on that.
So that's why I prefer to give my entertainment to people I like. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, keep the show going. That's what's cool about it. I appreciate that.
Yeah, but I gotta go here pretty soon. Yeah, man. I can't.
Oh no, that's cool. I appreciate you stopping in. That's what it's all about. You know, I'll stream for a while, and multiple people will stop in. Like Wolfden right now, he's probably dreaming about Wagon. You know, and it's kind of creepy, but that's probably his what it is.
I love Wolfden. He's one of my favorites.
Who, Wagon?
No, I don't know Wagon like that. I don't know Wagon like that.
Wagon's 18. Wagon's an adult. He's not a child, not a teenager, but he started doing YouTube when he was a teenager.
Hey, and that's perfectly fine. There's a lot of kids on here, like my friend Darkheart. My friend Darkheart is a teenager,
and I do,
but he acts more mature than most of these grown-ass people out here on this spot.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad.
I do have a couple friends that are other YouTubers, and when they have a panel, if they do have a teenager on there with them, I'll join sometimes, depending on what they're talking about. I just know who's channel friendly for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't do it a lot on my channel. We make sure.
So. No, because half the shit that we talk about is not for children.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hey, if you're 18, you can come on my panel. I ain't got a problem with it. But here's my thing, and I promise the person I will never dox anybody. But if I can look at your picture and I can't really make that decision, you're going to screenshot and email me your driver's license.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I tell them, I promise you, buddy, I ain't telling nobody nothing who you are. Use your alias name. I says, and I'll probably even forget. But I do know in the back of my mind you are 18, you know?
Yeah.
And I did that with a kid I know, and he's awesome. He's great, you know. He enjoys coming up and has fun with it, but I know he's 18.
Do you know who everybody calls him Nazi Nick?
No, I never heard of him.
Oh yeah, he's something else. Did you watch
Triggered Minds? I'm catching up. See, Triggered Minds is spread across multiple communities that I've realized just by looking at his channel. And I'm from the community, technically, where Elvis is from, and Rosie O'Kelly in that group.
Who is Elvis?
Elvis is the guy that lives in the van. He lives in a Ford Class B camper van.
The one that talks a whole lot of shit?
Well, he used to talk a lot of shit. He's been changing his channel lately and not being
Syrian
like
type
that.
of dude, or he claims to be the king of the road or some shit like that.
King of the free world, baby. Woo! Yeah.
No. He's a reason. In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, is I would never fuck with a dude like that.
But here's the catch. If you were to say to him, do you know Guest Mob? He'd go, I never heard of the guy.
Exactly.
And I never knew who Guest Mob was until I found out through art who he was. You know, if I would have found out about him in a different way than through
How'd you
art,
find out about Tina D?
who?
Tina D?
Oh, Tina D. Oh, through art, through Reaper Man.
She's a whore.
I don't know that, so it's not my opinion to have.
No, she had one of her close friends say that they were going to waterboard my daughter, who was only at the time 7 months old.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She is going
now,
after...
do you actually have a recording of it? Because I could actually ask her about it and play the recording kind of thing? Or is it just here?
No. I saw it for myself, and before I could screenshot it, somebody took it out of the chat. Yeah, it was deleted. But multiple people who were watching that stream have seen it. So it's not just my word. There's multiple people.
That's where a lot of my content comes from. I bring the people together. Everybody does it, and let's talk about this.
Tina would never get on a panel with me.
Okay.
She knows that I will never buy any of her bullshit, because originally when I came to YouTube, I was part of her community until she started fucking me over. Until she started lying. Until she started fucking going after the Greens and smiling in Jennifer Green's face and calling CPS behind her back about the kids.
Yeah. I know about some YouTubers, and I know about some of those CPS deals.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Trust me.
And I'm the type of person is that you're not going to smile in someone's face and pretend like you're best friends with them and then turn around and do shady shit. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I can't. If you can do it to them, to a person that you're actually friends with in real life, what the fuck are you going to think what you're going to do to me and I'm just a friend on YouTube? You know what I mean?
Right. That's why they can treat people like that, because it's just somebody on YouTube to them.
And I can't mess around with someone like that.
I get you totally.
I have standards. Like, I'm just that type of person. As long as we keep it on here, don't mention the one thing that will get me triggered and make me go for your head worse than anything and make me relentless, like how I am with Tina. I mention my children. Mention my kids.
Absolutely. You leave family out of it. I've learned that totally. That's like any YouTuber. I've had YouTubers come to Michigan to actually meet me.
Mm-hmm.
They met me. When I met Elvis and Rosie, they met me. They didn't meet my family.
Yeah.
Dave the Fisherman came here, and I met him, his wife, and I met. Yeah, he got the beard, and he's always wearing camouflage that smells nasty.
Yeah. Okay. See, I'm a lot better with faces than I am.
He smells like body odor because he doesn't wash his camo shirt because he's got to wear it every day.
Oh Lord.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Alpha.
Sorry, I was closing my porn tabs. I didn't realize I was so much porn, so I have to close like 40 tabs.
Okay, well that's TMI, too much information.
Yeah, that was taking a lot of bandwidth.
Type of porn to yourself too. All right, we don't want to know that you were watching Rosie or anything.
No, not Rosie, no.
Why not? Why were you?
Huh? The kind of porn I like.
You can be offended now that you weren't watching Rosie.
Have you watched her porn? That's like laughing. That's so. But she did it. But that's okay.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh God.
If you go on Triggered Minds, there is one with versus me and this dude Nick on Triggered Minds, and that's the one.
On Nick's News Network.
Yeah.
So tell me, what happened between you and poor Nick? I'm on good standings with Nick. Nick
Nick
and
is
I
a
have had a
racist piece of shit.
Nick's just got some really, really interesting views. So you know,
No.
I've learned to take
He-
everybody as an individual. You know, everybody has their individual personality, and he has his individual type of views. So I like him. I don't necessarily like all his views, but I like to argue with him for his views. You understand what I'm saying? But him and I we see eye to eye, but then there's certain parts where the tree branches.
But
and he
you're
goes,
not as racist. Do you see what I'm saying? You're not going to go
"Oh,
out there
I'm
and
not
just
racist.
hate on
I just
people
have an
because
opinion,
of their
you know?"
color. You know what I mean?
Right,
You're not
right.
going to go hate on them because of their opinion. You're not going to sit there and say to another person that your daughter is a half breed because my daughter's half Mexican.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. I have a 12-year-old in this house that's half Mexican.
Exactly.
And
He
I have a
sat there,
stepdaughter.
and
I
if
have a
you listen,
stepdaughter that's become a professional in the medical field. I mean, she
Mhm.
doesn't have a good relationship with me right now anymore, but she's much older, in her late 20s, you know, mid 20s actually, and she's half Puerto Rican. So I've
exactly.
had two Latino children in my life.
Puerto
And, you know,
Rico, Puerto Rico
beautiful,
rules. Puerto Rico
beautiful
rules.
children.
But I will never stand for somebody who just hates people because of the color of their skin. Because guess what? We all bleed red.
Oh, you got that right. That's right. That's right.
But I will not. The things that he has said about people's children and saying horrible things about Stewie's children, like, because that's the whole reason why I called him out. He was like, that's
Right.
over a year ago. You come into my part of the community, brand new into the situation, and you turn to show your ass. You don't expect for your fucking past to be brought up. And then his wife went after my good friend Lisa, saying that you know who Lisa and Jeffrey Pagel is?
Yes, I do know who they are.
They are,
Jeffrey
I love
Bagel.
that.
Yeah, I know who they are.
Well, last night, his wife decided to be a fucking piece of shit and say that Lisa is just waiting for her dad to die.
Wow.
Wow,
And
wow, wow.
That's
Not
kind of
good.
deep to
That's
do,
not
right?
good. That's not good. That is sad.
Yep. So if I ever see Nick or his little fucking lame ass wife, trust me, I'm gonna chew you up like a fucking chew toy. There's not too many people who can stand into an arena with me and go toe to toe and think that they can outwin me.
Right.
What did you
And
say
you
there?
don't.
What did you say there? Say it slowly.
I'm very notorious. Okay, if you ever find out about me, I am not the type of person you want to mess with because I have a big
Out.
mouth and I'm very opinionated with my opinions about people sometimes. But I speak the truth and I don't play games.
She's from a very different community, Alpha, and the boy probably would never want to have to really deal with that community. It would be very interesting. But the drama community does kind of cross over into it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
I come from a very, very different type of community than you. You. You guys are in the traveling type
Like Dave the Fisherman will come bring you that steak dinner.
What I ask is, I just want to listen to you, but say it slowly. Sometimes you just speak quick, okay?
I speak really fast. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's all.
I just come from a very cutthroat part of
excuse me, I am enjoying your conversation. I just want to listen. Please don't speed up. That's all.
I'll try not to. I'm sorry. I speak really quickly. But no, I just come from a different community where it's very cutthroat and it can get very, very dark.
Dark?
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, dark.
Explain that. Explain that.
How can I explain this? Yeah, I mean, you probably have a better explanation.
Well, I wouldn't want to get into my story much because it is kind of a negative end of it. You know, for a crippled old man to call me on the phone one day on Hangouts and start asking me about his channel and what he should do, and I did not even know a thing or two of who Isaac was. So it got very interesting very quickly. you know, and I just don't get it sometimes, but we're all past that now, and Art and I do our thing.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, is you don't come for people in my community because they come for you 10 times harder.
Yep.
What is it, the name of your community?
It's a drama community. It's my group that
Drama?
I'm part
Are you
of.
from drama?
Yeah, I have a drama community. I come from a. I
Yeah,
come
she's
from
from
a.
the drama community, Alpha, but the drama
Oh
community
my
is so
goodness.
big. The part that the boy gets involved with don't even know these people. That's
Yeah.
the catch. It's so big. One of their main people, like Rosie, has got 30 some thousand subscribers and does his thing when he wants to. When he wants to, because he's not live every night. But when
Yeah.
something goes down, oh, you're going to get a big show. And the guy
See,
pulls 300, 400 people in the side chat, you know.
are you talking about Isaac?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
Just look up Isaac Guest and Guest
Yeah,
Mom.
that's all you got to do is look
That's
up
my
Alpha. I got to respect the guy, you know.
And he
gotta
does
respect him.
expose people, and he is very truthful with his shit. He does not play games. I
Yep.
don't kiss his ass, but I respect the dude because I am part of his community, and I like the way he runs it.
Yep. And my agreement with the whole situation is when I'm with my buddy Reaper Man, we just don't talk about it.
Reaper. I like that guy.
Yep.
I've been ghosting him, and he's a great guy.
Well, the only place to ghost him is on my channel when he comes up because he hasn't
Yeah,
streamed in a
where
couple
is
weeks.
Reaper?
Yeah,
Where is Reaper?
I've been ghosting you.
He's got
I accept
gallbladder
that.
problems right now, so he's really
Oh,
uncomfortable.
he's still
So
not really good. Okay.
yeah, because of the whole COVID-19,
Yeah.
they're telling him the best thing for him is to stay home.
Yeah, because he can get more sick.
You know, the gallbladder ain't gonna hurt him. It's just gonna be uncomfortable until they can take care of it.
I think the best new shot, because you are fresh, you are honest, and you welcome everybody. So I'm here to support you. You know.
I appreciate that, Wolf.
No, I'm very respectful until you go after one of my friends. Yeah, man, almost got what I give to people.
What?
I was
Excuse
just
me.
debating.
What was that? What was that? The last
I
comment?
protect. Okay, so I have a best friend, and when I first met Reaper Man, they were having a debate, but I just joined in, and I didn't know what was going on. I hear my best friend getting getting mad, so I jump in and I almost yeah, man, you asshole.
Yep. And we said, well, wait a minute, we're just
What
debating.
the
Yeah, we were on my buddy Jay. We were on Jake's panel. Here's the catch. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Boss. Hitler was a bad dude.
What
I'll
the
give you
hell
that.
was
He
that,
was.
man?
But when I was sitting there listening and Jay kept telling you he was a great guy, except for he did one thing wrong, I said that's the only way I could get in on this and have a good laugh with these people is to just jump in and be on Jake's side, you know? So I came in with that whole view of, yeah, he's right. Yeah, all right. He knew what, you know, he was a smart person. He just did the wrong thing, you know? I just had so much fun arguing that side of the fence. You know what I mean? It's like you're on debate team and they hand you the card and the card's telling you right then and there which side of the fence you have to take. You understand what I mean?
I know.
I'm very protective over my friends. I don't play around. I'm loyal to my friends, and Bliss is the wrong one to mess with because once you mess with her, you get me.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think this shot to have more viewers, and I will support you. I will tell all my guys to come here, but they are trolls, but they're funny. So
okay,
you have a excuse me for interrupting you, but you have really something going on. and you have talent, and I support that. So that's why I'm here. So
Oh yeah, what a night! Yeah, so in New York City, the capacity with this covert, they have a refrigerator tractor trailer. I understand parked out in the street, and they're keeping bodies in it now. At this point, it's a sad situation in New York City, and the governor slash and the mayor, I guess, a couple years ago when they had that option to order ventilators just to be supplied for any kind of issue where you would have needed them, they turned them down. And now they're trying to claim that that Washington's holding back. No, they could have got them in
are
2016,
you
I believe it was.
are you in New York right now?
No, no, I'm in Michigan, but I talk about world news, national news. I'm talking about the pandemic right now. Hey, did you see my title tonight, Alpha? You catch
No,
what it
no.
said?
Call me
I'm
Alpo.
gonna read it to you. I'll tell you the whole
Please,
title. It's
please. Excuse me. Call me Alpo. Alpo, like the dog food. Call me Alpo. Okay.
like the
So
dog food.
yeah, yeah. Alpo.
Oh, all
Friends,
right. I
friends.
thought it was Alpha Wolf, and they're
No,
all
I
tease you and
am
call you
Alpha
Alpha.
Wolf was years ago when but I humbled. I'm a nicer person now, so call me
So
Alpo.
you are the same person. That's what I thought. That I was right about that. My
Well,
title
I
is
was one of the meanest motherfuckers on the not only on the communities. I still I'm a troll. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I
I have
believe
the
it. I
skills.
know.
I have the skills. I have blah 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 blah. But the thing is, call me Apple. I don't Alpha.
Okay,
I am
Alpha.
not better than you. I'm not better than you. Actually, I feel thankful that you allow me to come here and share with you. So that's all, man. But
Oh,
I
that's
think
no problem.
I'm gonna tell guys that they can come here and share. We need to grow your chat because you are a great entertainer.
Oh, I
So
appreciate that. I try to be.
no, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are not trying. You are. So I will tell people to come here, chill, because you know what you're doing. You have a good energy. So, I'm just listening here. We are a few now. We are a few now, but like the pandemic, we can we can be a bunch. And I
Oh,
tell
heck
you,
yeah, we got plenty of time to do some good online partying.
but
No problem, Stephanie.
I welcome you to chat to come online and do what are you doing. I discovered you a couple of days ago. So
Oh, it's been more than a couple days. You're funny.
yeah.
You were
So
on my panel like three weeks ago, more than that.
I have a short memory. But you're cool, man. Keep talking. Let's the guys coming. Let me do some social media and maybe guys
Sure,
coming.
that would be great. Hey, I
Ne-
could
ne-
see here on Facebook that the king got some hand sanitizer and some travel wipes at a Dollar Tree. He's doing pretty good right now, everybody. He got lucky today. He looks like he's actually got a smile on his face. Yup. Yeah, I think they need to give him that Second Amendment right. Here's a good article, everybody. Here's a good article. It's on my Michigan Gun Carry Facebook page, and it's titled Truckers Call for Second Amendment Right Nationwide During Emergency. A group of small business truckers have sent an email to the Department of Transportation Secretary. The email asked that as a part of the national emergency involving the Chinese virus, the federal government declares the Second Amendment overrides state law and federal regulation forbidding truckers to
What?
exercise their Second Amendment rights. The 1,500 member is calling BSTC is calling for federal authorities to preempt state and local laws regarding their right to carry a firearm. They need to let them do it. After what's happened in many city riots where the truck driver was dragged from his truck and beaten and killed most likely on the side of the road, I think that's a good idea.
That is not happening. What are you talking about?
No.
That is not happening. Huh?
Alpo, let me explain what I just read. Let me explain, and you'll understand. Trucker, I'll read you the title, and that should get you caught right up. Truckers call for Second Amendment right nationwide during emergency. And what it starts out that there's a group of truckers that are asking to be allowed to carry while they're driving their trucks. Because they don't want to feel that if they're in the situation and somebody's going to try and rob them, that they are, what are they going to do? Put their hands up and just, they want the rights to shoot back. And it makes sense.
It makes sense.
I come up to you in your tractor trailer, waving a gun in your face, and I tell you, get the fuck out of your truck. What are you going to do? You ain't got no gun. You're going to get out. And I'm going to take your truck. Right or wrong?
Right.
Exactly. So what they're doing is they're asking right now during this emergency for the rights to be opened up across local and national, from state to state, that they can carry a handgun. Yep.
They should. I do.
That's what the article talks about.
I blame your brains off,
Well, here's the thing. In Michigan, we have CCW. I can go out with a concealed weapon if I want, as long as I'm registered. And here's the thing. This is the catch in Michigan. Michigan has open carry. You understand what that is?
I do know that. Yes.
So I want to go out and open carry, meaning put the gun on my hip in plain sight of everybody. I can do that. Now to conceal carry, I have to have a permit.
But there's no need for that. Why do you want to open carry and show your balls? I don't think there's no need, but if you want to do it, do it.
Well, I'm just saying, in the state that I live in, those are my rights. My rights are to open carry or concealed carry, but I can only concealed carry with a permit.
Have you killed people?
No, I've never killed anybody.
I have done it. I have killed people. So
okay,
I don't understand that killing people. It's a humble situation because we are not gods, but
to take a life. I get it. I understand what you're getting at.
Take a life. That's a better way to say it, to take a life. And I don't feel proud of it. I had to do it, and I feel the pain of it. So, going back to the question, should you carry out like that, like you carry the best balls? I don't think so. Should you be able to carry your guns? Yes, but don't do it because of pride or something. Because
what about
killing people,
just protection.
Killing people is no fun. I can tell you that it's no fun.
I've seen a lot of instances where there's going to be a mass shooting and there were people there that had a gun and they shot that shooter and it ended real quick.
No. Mass killing is different.
Yes, but what I'm trying to say is it wasn't necessarily a gun-free zone, and the person that started the mass shooting was killed by another bystander that had a handgun.
Okay. Okay.
That's
I'm
the
listening.
catch.
Okay. Okay.
Now, when it's a school situation and no one's got a handgun, usually the only person that would have a handgun would be the juvenile police officer from the local police department. That guy
What
does have a handgun in that school because he is a police
what
officer. And
what
I know that's how it was over 25 years ago, where I grew up in the state of New Jersey. Now,
what
today, I don't know, Alpo, what they tell the police they have to do
hey,
because the
hey,
schools are so liberal.
chill out a little bit. What do you carry? Talk to me. What do you carry?
I don't.
But you were
I
telling me
don't
about,
carry.
oh my God. Don't you have a gun?
I don't carry.
Okay.
Yes, I own guns.
Okay. What do you have?
Well,
Tell me about it.
I have a
Let's talk
12
about
gauge
guns.
shot. I have a 12 gauge shotgun. I have a 20 gauge shotgun, and these are
Uh,
all for bird hunting. These guns.
no. 12, that's too generic. What kind of gun do you have? Gun people, we know the language. So
Yeah, I know the language, but I'm not. I don't.
what do you carry?
You're getting a 12 gauge shotgun stuck in your face if you come to my house.
Okay.
I don't. I don't own handguns, Alpo.
Mm,
I don't. I
okay.
don't own handguns.
Okay. Okay.
But I
That,
have
that's
shotgun.
cool. That's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's like I said. You come.
I
You
respect
come. You're
that.
getting a shotgun barrel stuffed in your face. You know.
That's okay.
And what's wild is if you go to a friend of mine's house, you're getting first you're getting salt.
Do you have a like a big family to protect?
Well, there's four of us here.
Okay, because okay, that's a good strategy, but get a side gun also because then it's quicker. Uh, Shotguns take a lot to reload, so
Oh, I understand all of that. I got you.
you got me.
Trust me. Once you take the salt and then you get hit with them hard rubber BBs, you're gonna be making a decision because I'm gonna be explaining to you the next trigger I pull is gonna be buckshot.
Eh, uh,
Okay, so me and my one buddy, we've got our shotguns set up in a certain order with
there
the
you go. There you go.
cartridges. So
That's
if
what I'm
you don't listen to
talking
me and I
about.
pull the trigger the first time, you're gonna have a second time, and then the third time it's sorry, buddy. This is real shells now. We bought a box of these hard rubber BBs.
And you told me that you have not killed people. I have killed people.
I haven't killed anybody, but what I'm saying is
But
that's
you know
the
the drill. You know the
that's
drill.
yeah.
You know the drill. You have seen a lot of movies, and you know the drill. But
You give them options.
and
Listen, buddy.
that's the way it is,
The
bro.
salt ain't gonna feel too good. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I
The
have.
salt,
I'm listening. What?
the first one packed with salt's not gonna feel very well because that gets right
Mm,
into your pores and your skin, and
mm,
ooh, baby, burns.
you
When you
know.
wait smart enough to run out that door and leave, you're gonna get rubber beanbag pellets that are very hard, little tiny pellets, hard pellets, man, that leave
Where?
really bruises that hurt for days.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
I'm in Michigan.
Michigan.
But I'm originally from New Jersey, and since the age of 14, I've been a lifetime member of the NRA, Alpo.
And I am. Uh, we are not allowed to say, but I
You're
used
in
to
Florida.
be on. I am Puerto Rican, and we have our gang that we
Yes.
go around. So I was a member of that. So
Okay.
I took care of some business there. So I know what I'm talking you. I don't feel proud about that.
I
And
understand. I understand.
and I feel the pain and this
The,
virus tells me, hey, guy, what are you doing with your life?
What's your opinion on MS-13?
Uh, no opinion.
Are they wild? Because when they say what their
I
deal
am
is,
not.
it's crazy.
Those guys are crazy, and
There you go.
they should be eliminated. That's my opinion. I know MS-13. Those are
All right.
south of the border crazy guys. No,
Yep.
no, 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 no. I'm
Yeah.
more. I'm more
Like Joe
geared.
calls them, they're bad dudes.
Well, I am more like Latin King. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of information there. So
Okay.
Latin King. And it was when I was younger, no longer. But yes, I know how the brains explode when you
Okay.
actually uh, hit them. And
Okay.
it's not a funny thing. It's not something to be proud of. Taking the life of others it's not good. It's not good. So uh, I'm saying this because I'm drinking. I oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I feel you.
Uh,
I'm having a
I'm just drinking, but the thing is the thing is, I think you are a great entertainment. Thank you for opening your chat, and there should be more people here. Listen to
I know
you to
it,
your opinions. I don't know
for some
why,
reason it always comes after the fact with the views. The views come later,
but
and I,
but
and I,
but,
and I got to clickbait sometimes.
but why? Why? I find you most
Well,
entertaining. I find you. Why all these motherfuckers are not here? So
well, I worked a lot of overtime in January, and then I didn't stream a lot in February, so it kind of just slows down.
okay.
you know, I get views after the fact, so I come on, I do my shtick, and people come up and we talk, and people come after the fact and watch the replay. And I do pay attention to all my videos and the performance of my videos, and you know,
I are you
I've
the
had
guy that are you the guy that works at the car factory?
yeah, that's me. Yeah, man.
That's you, right. Yeah, man. I remember you years ago, man.
Yeah, well,
You're
I've been
awesome,
around
man.
for 2 years, and
Yes, yeah.
I got caught up
I
in some
have.
shit and pissed a bunch of people off, and whatever it is, it is. So, you know, I
I,
got 1,000 subscribers and I got my
I,
watch time. I did it. I did it in another community other than the Boyd, so it's all good.
no, it's all good. It's all good.
I
Also, I'm also
I
certified.
know I know big
Uh,
time YouTubers.
no, it's also certified forklift, and
You're breaking up, Alpha. Alpo. You're breaking up, buddy. Oh, 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 we got another listener. We got another viewer. Thanks for coming to the stream. Appreciate it. Yep. At least, yeah, man, he was asking me, where are all your people tonight? Well, no one, I didn't clickbait no title tonight. Yeah, I said it. I didn't clickbait it. I could change it, whatever it's all good.
okay, like I was saying, sorry, I like someone is watching porn where I am. So the thing is,
Yeah,
I find you.
you're breaking up, Alpha. I don't know what's going on. Yep, my head is here. Yeah, 40 minutes ago. Let me do this. Yeah, man. Yeah, man's back. Waiting for Alpha to come on back up. But for right now, what's going on, everybody? We're an hour and 5 minutes into the stream. And ta-da! We got 102 people watching. There's 100 people in China. But because of the whole situation, they don't show up anymore. So it's just two. Yeah, that's how I roll. Shomer Shabbos. You know, we'll roll on Saturday. Shomer Shabbos. That's right, Shomer Shabbos. Oh. So yes, as a recap, top of the hour, pretty much everybody. COVID-19, New York City hospitals are at their max, and they will. Norfolk Navy will be sending the very, very soon, the next couple days, I understand, they will be sending that medical ship up to New York City, and it will actually be for well patients, no one with COVID-19, because all the hospitals actually on the 5 boroughs, or basically Manhattan even, they're handling all these people, so there's no reason to add more. So they're going to keep that as a wellness center, I understand. And it's probably going to be the same deal on the West Coast once that one arrives. And yep, they got a tractor trailer, refrigerated truck outside the hospital, out, in the back alley or whatever. And yes, they're loading it up with bodies. It's sad as people are dying. I mean, and I understand that if you die, they ain't resuscitating you. I don't understand any of that, but they ain't resuscitating. Sorry. Even if you wanted it, I heard they're not. I'm sorry. It is what it is, and it's. This is a crazy situation, and I'm happy I'm where I am, and I'm safe. I'm not going anywhere. Nope. Maybe for propane, but other than that, I'm staying 6 feet away. Yep. Got a guy I work with. Idiot got on his motorcycle and drove to Florida with his girlfriend. And she don't look very old. Like, she's very young, like early 20s. So probably naive in a certain way. She ain't learned her lesson yet. So she'll learn her lesson when she gets back to Michigan and she's suffering from COVID-19. Yeah. How about that? Pretty crazy, but it is what it is. Well, I'm watching myself, it looks like, everybody, but that's man's deal these days. I love it. I want some more of it. What am I going to do? Start calling people, begging them? I don't do that. Sometimes I do. Maybe I don't. I'll only call you when I knew you were going to be up here and then no one was up here. So, maybe I'll just hang out with you guys, which is myself. That's all good. We can always watch some videos. You guys want to watch anything good? I mean, yeah, man. When Yeah Man opens up his YouTube, and I don't mean my channel, I mean YouTube, my homepage, the first thing I see, and I'm going to show you guys. How about that? I'm going to show you guys. All right? I'm going to show you guys. Because this is like, this is just how I roll, This is what you guys see. I got some weird fucking things on my shit. But let's take a look. Because I've been busy lately. Well, here you go. When king cobras attack, they will kill you. Yep. That's a 13-minute video, everybody. Here, let's move this up. Move that up to there. So, and I'll open this up. You guys can see what Yeah Man likes to watch and everything that's going on, and everybody that could be possibly be live right now. Now, the way Yeah Man right now, I'm gonna refresh this one because we're gonna actually get rid of the ones that are not really live, if you guys understand. So that's the way it goes. So we'll bring that back up to there. I'm gonna open it up again. Yep, there it goes. So Jimmy the Hobo, Lou Rock, Big Blink, and Mo. There's some people out there, let me tell you. This guy, Rarest King Cobra. Now that's actually pretty interesting. That thing looks dangerous. Oh, look at this. You'll never guess how they got caught. Look at that one on The Riches. You guys ever watch The Riches? That's a pretty good one. Some wild stuff. Treehouse, hunker down. Now, here's one of my favorite ones right here. Bobby Guy Films, everybody. I mean, you guys don't even get it. But look, funny cruise ship fails. Well, that would be ooh, that thing looks like it's hitting a bridge. Ooh, that don't look good. That don't look good at all. And then this one right here, everybody. I don't know, it's an ambulance. But this guy right here, I mean, I wouldn't want to play any of his content, but I'm just showing you. But he's building the ultimate apocalyptic vehicle. It's pretty cool. I've been following it. I've been watching it. And then we can move up a bit here. And top news, Yeah Man gets his news. Sometimes, I don't necessarily believe this one. It's the Clinton News Network, everybody. But death toll reaches 385. Some patients, something. Here, we'll click on this because I want to read the whole title to you guys. It's the title that makes a difference. I'm going to leave it on mute for right now. It's actually running a commercial, but it's the title we want to see. This is, it's a 2-minute video. We might watch it. Death toll reaches 385. Some patients on ventilators up to 30 days. Yeah, I think we're going to watch this. I think that's the governor, maybe. Oh, let's see. Boom.
This is the really bad news. The number of deaths is increasing. It's bad news because people are dying. And that's the worst news you can have. It is not bad news in terms of it being unexpected. What's happening is people who were infected, who came into the healthcare system, have been on ventilators. The longer you are on a ventilator, the more probability of a bad outcome. We now have people who have been on a ventilator for 20 days, 30 days. Who on a ventilator, likely you're not going to come off the ventilator. And that is what is happening. Because we do have people who have been on for quite a period of time. And those are the people who we are losing. That has always been the way. The longer stays without recovery lead to a higher death rate, right? And that's not just COVID, that's any medical situation that you've dealt with. That is the natural consequence. When you have older, sicker patients who are staying on ventilators longer, they usually have a worse outcome, right? And I think people get that from their usual experience. What we're seeing now is that is happening. We've had people on for a very long time, and they haven't gotten better. And they are passing away. So the number of deaths is at 385. It's up from 285. And since we still have a large number of people on ventilators for a long period of time, the experts expect that number to continue to increase.
What's more, with the motley.
Yeah, look at that. That car's driving itself, everybody.
Self-driving
Look at this one.
exhibit at CES in Las Vegas.
Yep,
Now,
just
do
an
you
ad.
ever-
Let's get rid of it. But yeah, ER doctor treating grim details on dying patients, lack of ventilator. But what he just said, that's what's crazy. He just said if you
Start with really grim news because we've reached a grim milestone in the spread of the coronavirus in the U.S. The nationwide death toll has now topped 1,000 people. News nobody wants to hear today. There are more than 69,000 reported cases across the country.
Nowhere has been harder hit than right here in the New York metro area. Elmhurst, Queens had 13 fatalities in just 24 hours. Our lead national correspondent, David Begnaud, has a look inside that hospital. David, good morning. That's a lot of dead people in just a 24-hour period. How are they coping there?
Well, Tony, they're doing everything they can, but it is sobering to hear what you are about to hear. If New York is the epicenter of the coronavirus, Elmhurst Hospital is really the epicenter within the epicenter. You're about to hear from an emergency room doctor who sent a video and an interview to the New York Times that essentially said, I don't care if I get in trouble for talking to the media because the world needs to know what we are dealing with in here.
I don't have the support that I need and even just the materials that I need physically to take care of my patients. And
that's Dr. Colleen Smith. She gave the New York Times a look inside Elmhurst's emergency room.
All the patients in this room, all the feet that you see, they all have COVID.
Today is kind of getting worse and worse. We had to get a refrigerated truck to store the bodies of patients who are dying.
The frustrating thing about all of this is it really just feels like it's too little too late. Like we knew it was coming.
Dr. Smith says they have been scrambling to get more ventilators.
5 ventilators.
These few were this week's third resupply.
unless people die, I suspect we'll be back to needing to beg for ventilators again in another day or two.
The head of New York's public hospital system claims that Elmhurst has never come even close to running out of ventilators. He says getting supplies and personnel to its hospitals is the system's #1 priority. FEMA says the federal government delivered 2,000 ventilators to New York yesterday, but the governor of New York says he needs thousands more.
We need 30,000. We have in the hospital system 4,000 ventilators.
The governor continues to ask people for mandatory social distancing, and he says it might be working. Rates of hospitalizations have actually slowed this week.
This is a very good sign and a positive sign.
In nearby New Jersey, medical personnel in protective gear evacuated nearly 80 people living at a Woodbridge nursing home after 11 people inside the building tested positive for COVID-19. Back in New York, the governor is preparing for things to get worse. A makeshift morgue has been built to house the bodies of those who die.
Leaders in various offices saying things like, we're going to be fine, everything's fine. And from our perspective, everything is not fine.
To open person who are battling the virus, and the fourth hotel that said, listen, come in, we will house you guys for free. I want you to know that New York's governor says social distancing is working to the point where they're working on a plan to close streets in New York City and open them up to pedestrians so that people can get out, get some air, but maintain that social distance.
Ooh, oh boy, David, people do need some air. That's some good news, something hopeful to look forward to. We thank you for that. We want to get some more from our Dr. David Agus, who joins us from his home in Los Angeles. He's going to shed some light on why things have become so dire here in New York City. Dr. Agus, good morning. We just saw an image of a refrigerated 18-wheeler to deal with the bodies, a makeshift morgue in preparation of bodies elsewhere. But New York is a unique situation. It's a big city. We're packed on top of each other. Why do you call it a perfect storm?
Well, you've got the subway, you've got the streets where people literally have to, before this happened, had to walk right arm in arm next to each other. And so for a virus, it's the perfect place. It can spread host to host to host. You breathe, someone walks by, you breathe in those droplets, and it really was, a perfect place to spread. In addition, it's one of the most international cities. People were flying in from everywhere in the world, including areas that were heavily affected like China. And they would come and they would spread the virus. And obviously, we're seeing the ramifications of that several weeks later.
You know, it was chilling, David, to hear from the
got a
doctor
point
in the
there.
tape who said, look, I know I'm probably going to get in trouble for telling you this story, but people need to know what is happening here. I applaud her bravery for really taking us behind the scenes. I'm wondering your thoughts on that, because I know you too are hearing from doctors who are on the front lines.
No, I mean, you get emotional. Nurses who are positive are told to come in that hospital and then wearing garbage bags as protective material because there are no more gowns to wear. And when you hear that in our country today, it's just horrible. We have to be able to distribute resources better. There are hospitals across the country that have protective gear. This hospital is out of it and it's at the epicenter. Now, I'm getting calls from doctors literally, every hour saying, I'm afraid I can't go home. And that's why I love the fact the Four Seasons stepping up and saying, here's a place for you guys to live, your families. It just breaks your heart when you hear these stories, obviously, of the patients and of the caregivers at these hospitals who are risking their lives daily to try to help people.
But did you just say that nurses who have tested positive are asked to come to work even though they're testing positive? How can that be helpful?
Yeah, it's just, they're taking care of patients who are positive. I guess the hospital argues, and it was confirmed last night that nurses who are testing positive are actually asked to come in and care for patients and to wear protective gear, which is third world. This is a war zone, and what people don't understand when they talk about this, if you walk through the wards of the hospital, there are patients lying on gurney. You talk about privacy. There's no curtain. They're just patients lying on gurney. People, everywhere, just waiting for the hope that they can be seen. When someone is sick and admitted to a hospital, it's a 7 to 10 to 14-day stay. And so once a bed is occupied, that bed is occupied for weeks. Then you have to figure out another bed and another bed. And once you start to reach critical mass, patients just pile up. We have to figure out a better way of dealing with these epicenter places with resources.
I know, and I know people are always trying to figure this out. Thank you very much, David.
Wow.
We hear it over and over from investors. I wish I had bought Amazon or Netflix when they were first recommended by the Motley Fool.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah. U.S. case of covert past China as unemployment claims rise. Oh, let's just take a break here for a minute, everybody.
Tonight, as the toll rises to staggering levels.
It's just crazy now. Michigan's fucked. I'm staying away from everybody. I'm staying in my house. Yep. I ain't got nowhere to go. So you don't go if you ain't got nowhere to go. It's that simple. Yep. Exactly. You don't go anywhere if you ain't got to go. Let me switch over to here. No, Alpha ditched me, huh? It's all right, Alpha. You can ditch me. I see I got one person watching. Yep, but this is just nuts. We could sit here and watch video after video. This one's only 5 minutes.
Reports the U.S. has surpassed China with over 80,000 since the start of the outbreak. More Americans are falling ill every day, and communities are taking new, but the numbers, as expected, are getting worse. Here's Miguel Almaguer.
Tonight across our nation, in big cities and rural communities, a new reality is hitting home for Americans. The U.S. death toll has now reached a grim milestone as the number of infected soars to extraordinary levels. But each number is a story, a family torn apart. In St. Louis, the heart of the country, 31-year-old Jasmine Dixon died Monday. Buried Tuesday, family members had to watch her funeral from a car.
Never in a million years did my family and I think that we would one day, experience our loved one, our Jazz, to be the first official victim in the city of St. Louis.
While most Americans with coronavirus will survive, the young are dying at surprising rates, and the elderly are most in danger. In New Jersey, a senior center was evacuated after nearly every resident and staff member tested positive or showed symptoms of having the virus. In neighboring Long Island,
God bless all of you, and God bless America.
George Posis's family could not visit the World War II veteran while he was quarantined. The 93-year-old died last week, alone in isolation.
It's been a very difficult time for all of us. We're just trying to hold it together. None of us have even been able to see each other.
While new measures of protection are being taken in so many communities, like grocery stores installing cough guards, soon the USNS Mercy will dock in Los Angeles, where the mayor says Staples Center, the convention center, and hotels could soon be used to quarantine the sick.
I want to be clear, the worst days are still ahead. For what we see in New York City, it's coming here.
In Chicago, where they're disinfecting public spaces, retired nurse Patricia Friesen spent her life caring for others. She is now the first Illinois resident to die from the virus, but now her sister Wanda has also passed away from COVID-19.
It is killing people, and it does not care about your age. It does not care about your health.
The virus has often been called the invisible enemy. But tonight, these are the faces and the stories of those who have lost the fight.
Here in Los Angeles, we have just learned the number of fatalities and those infected has spiked again. Lester?
All right, Miguel, thanks for putting faces to those numbers. And beyond this unprecedented health crisis, there's the huge economic toll on American families, with a record 3.2 million people filing for unemployment benefits and hoping that help is on the way. Here's Tom Costello.
From empty highways to closed shops and parked planes, stunning evidence of an economy that suddenly hit a brick wall, going from 50-year low unemployment to a now record 3.2 million Americans seeking unemployment benefits, like Chicago bartender Mike Vanderbilt.
This was kind of a gut punch that, things are bad, but I still can't, I can't be at work.
Fashion store manager Cassandra Diener and her employees out of work.
I got a call one Wednesday and said that I'd been laid off and we were closing most of our locations.
Tonight, the House is considering a massive $2 trillion rescue package already passed in the Senate. The plan would provide an additional 13 weeks of unemployment benefits, plus an extra $600 per week for 4 months. It would send loans to small businesses that retain their employees, and $1,200 most 500. The Treasury Secretary rallied 1,300 points, more than 6%. Speaking to NBC's Savannah Guthrie, the Fed chairman warned the economy may already be in a recession, but it was strong before the virus hit and should be able to recover.
In principle, if we get the virus spread under control fairly quickly, then economic activity can resume. And we want to make that rebound as vigorous as possible.
The website careeronestop.org can walk you through the steps to file for unemployment, though some people report state systems are overwhelmed and slow. Among those who will be seeking help, Alicia Hardwick, a hairstylist in Kentucky.
We don't have no pay days, no vacation. It's you don't work, you don't eat is what we have. So being assisted by the government in this time of need is truly something amazing.
For the first time, freelancers like Alicia can file for unemployment benefits, and so can the self-employed and members of the gig economy, like an Uber or a Lyft driver. Recession appears to be taking everybody. Lester?
All right, Tom, thank you. Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over to latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.
Just crazy, everybody.
Good to see you.
Just crazy. Oh, another ad. That's what YouTube's packed with ads, everybody. You know, and you skip them. That's what everybody does. Yep. I thought I exited this, but we can just back out of it. Binka, binka, binka. Do, 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 do. Yeah. But yeah, this is crazy here. See, just go back. Goes back. Back, go back. Do, 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 do. Should just hit this. Boom, right back to that. Yeah. See, it hasn't changed much. Oh, he's got an alligator now. That's what's changed. He's holding an alligator now, everybody. Yep. There's an American flag, and it's in the news. Well, stimulus. They approved the stimulus, so everybody will be happy. Yup. Copy that, everybody. Stimulus. Easy homemade bread. A lot of people need to know that one. Yup. Baby viper. Oh, really? Ooh, does that look like he got bit? Cutest baby viper ever. Really? That sounds dangerous. And it looks like his finger's bleeding. So I don't know about that one. The most toxic place on earth. I can't even pronounce it. And I'm not going to make an attempt. Stay home with me videos. YouTube. Look at that one. Could he stop in time? You got to be kidding me. That can't be real. That can't be real. Maybe it is. Let's find out, everybody. We got to unmute it.
Your mouth while you're sleeping. Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be clip literally so insane, so be sure to watch the entire video, but let's get into it. For this first clip, there's a guy who jumps off about a 20-foot cliff into the water, and then right as he lands in the water, a shark starts coming right at him, and this is like a giant shark. There are tons of bystanders yelling at him that there's a shark chasing after him. Then he realizes what's going on and tries to get out as fast as possible. The shark comes right at him. This was all captured on his go everything, but have a look.
Yep, I think this is the one I've seen. It's crazy. Yeah, this is it.
All right, let's do this.
Yep, crazy. Dude's nuts. Goes around a thing. Yep. And he's gonna dive off. Nuts. Just nuts.
All right. Ready?
Wow. Yeah, there was a shark, baby. That's crazy. He's swimming, bro. Look at it. Look at it. It's coming by him. Oh, it's checking him out, too. Look at this. Wow. Crazy. I wonder what kind of water. I mean, it's salt, but it's just like it's. I don't. But there's always the option. 3, 2.
This is my 5th.
Yep, we don't want to know about your. He's swimming, baby. He's getting out. He looks all right. Looks like he made it. But that's crazy. And there's stairs. Who wants to explain that? So this must be a spot where people go jump in and then go up the stairs.
In the next one, there's some people caging with sharks all around them. They're all on a boat having so much fun until this happens. A great white shark ends up breaking straight through the solid metal cage where a diver was actually at. This was super scary to watch, but have a look.
Here we go. Oh my God.
He's in the cage. Oh my God.
Was there anybody in there?
Who's in the cage? Nobody's in the cage. Somebody in the cage? Yeah, somebody's in the cage. Somebody's in the cage. Oh my God. It has to be Ming. It's Ming. Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh, we're so scared, Moya. Did you see it down there?
Wow.
Are you okay?
Oh.
Are you okay? Are you hurt?
You're not hurt, right?
Man, that's crazy, everybody.
Oh my, that is crazy.
In the next clip, there's a baby boy left absolutely alone with his parents nowhere to be seen, and he gets bored and then falls right into the open shark tank, and he's in there for a few minutes until help arrives, pulling him out to safety.
What? You gotta be kidding me. So that's a shark tank, and this little kid's gonna fall into it. And they could have just swam over and took a bite. Wow. Whoa. Whoa. Flippy. Whoa. Wow. That is crazy. He's underwater, I think.
This next clip is super scary, but a guy is in an underwater cage taking pictures of the ocean until a great white shark starts trying to break the cage open. Check this out.
Nice. Oh, here we go. Look at that big sucker. Crazy, huh, everybody?
I'm a serious gamer.
Guy on your left. Watch out, watch out.
But I don't play games with.
Yeah, he don't play games.
In the next clip, there's a woman walking in a mall on the walkway until she slips and falls into the shark tank below. And almost immediately, people rush to assist her and get her out of there as fast as possible before she gets injured.
That's crazy.
This next one is absolutely insane because some teen jumped straight into a shark tank on purpose. I couldn't even believe what I was seeing, but have a look at this genius.
All right, this video has now been viewed thousands of times. It is a local high school student diving into the shark and ray exhibit at the Living Coast Discovery Center in Chula Vista.
And 10 News anchor Brian Slonsky met with experts who work closely with the animals to see how they're doing after all the chaos.
Elizabeth Argyle is busy setting up for a Sea of Change, a new display at the Living Coast Discovery Center set to open next week.
How can humans and animals live harmoniously?
All of this, trash collected during local cleanups. It's ironic they're setting this up now, an exhibit on coexisting and respecting animals, in a week that this video started making the rounds on social media, showing a Montgomery High School student doing just the opposite.
Well, obviously we were very shocked by it because in our 30 years of being here, we've never had an experience like that before.
Argyle says, as someone who cares deeply for these animals, the video was tough to watch.
We were very deeply disappointed by the actions that some of these students chose to do.
The student diving in off the rocks and swimming a lap, onlookers yelling. The center believes the student did this on a dare.
You don't know the consequences that you're going to create. And for the animals, they get spooked by it.
Argyle says these specific animals need to be in a calm environment.
And they don't like to be scared by all those quick motions or loud noises.
Thankfully, none of them were hurt when the student jumped in the enclosure.
They're doing well. Our animal care staff watch after them. We have a veterinarian that comes and checks on our animals.
The Sweetwater Union High School District says the behavior was inappropriate and that they're working with Living Coast on restitution, but that they can't comment on disciplinary action. Argyle says she hopes future guests learn from this one bad decision.
Just hoping that with the relationship that we had with the school and the district, that we could just work on looking for those teachable moments.
Brian Schlonsky, 10 News.
Well, the district says it is also working with the center right now to make sure an incident like this never happens again. Living Coast said,
let's get right back to where we was. Must be windy out there. It is raining here in Michigan, everybody. Reaper Man's getting some rain. Watch Ellen piss off guest. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Watch Ellen piss off guest. Oh, very interesting. How supermarkets are keeping workers safe. That ain't in my supermarket. I didn't see that. New Viper. Okay, and just that's an equal. It's a Viper. Yup, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yup, stay home with me. $115,000 2020 Ford F450 Custom. Now, if I bought that truck, I would put it in the damn backyard. Never drive it. For the price I paid, I would never drive it. I don't know, man. I mean, is it worth? Who could spend $115,000 on a truck? Spitting cobra venom. Yeah, latest YouTube posts 5 hours ago. Oh, we got a Hannity. Yeah, we should have watched Hannity tonight. We could have talked about Hannity. There he is. He's a great man, everybody. Let's check it out. Let's see what comes up. Hannity. Ooh, it's 41 minutes long. Do you notice this? It says interview today, and then you come down here and everything is a month ago, 5 months ago, a month ago. It's 9 months ago, see? Let's try it like this. Let's try it like this. What's on NBC right now? Covert 19 only?
We live in strange times.
Every family will want to hear.
Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening, everyone. We've now lost over 1,000 people to coronavirus in this country. So many tears have been shed, and experts tell us there will be many more tears.
We already watched that one, everybody. We're not going to watch it again. Look at that guy. He's laying in there with the snakes. Let's see. Look at that. Look at the size of that thing is what they're telling you. Death rolled. Death rolled by an alligator. Let's see what Tom's talking about.
So I saw in your profile that you like to cook.
Oh, I love it. This is my specialty.
Ooh.
It's very quiet. He's got 76 people there. He's been live for just over an hour and 40 minutes. Yep. He's sitting there relaxing. His channel runs itself, everybody. That's my friend, Chosen One. There it is. Chosen One. Sub him up, everybody. Sub him up, Chosen One. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. There's, ain't really much. The Berg Show tonight, everybody. The Berg Show. Missy's live. Well, you know, these are just the people I support. You know, Life of Riri. That's another Riri. Here's the Berg Show, everybody. Let's check out the Berg Show for a quick minute here. See how long it takes.
This thing has changed my life. All you're hearing is the sound coming out of the sound hole. Right now, I've just selected delay. Now I've got delay coming out of the sound hole of the guitar.
Well, look at that. Berg's actually has a guitar.
Just to show how dry.
There he is, everybody. It's Berg's.
Don't hang around, baby, choose around, cloud, baby. Hold on. I was sick and tired, fed up with this, decided to take a drive downtown. I was so very quiet and peaceful, there was nobody, not a soul around. I laid myself out, I was so tired, I started to dream.
Live from the garage, everybody. Live from the garage. It's a Berg Show. Yeah. No, we won't stay too long. We get yelled and screamed. Oh my God, he's live! Yeah, man, streaming you live. One of those 4 people, because yeah, I'm down at 2 again. Yeah, one of you 2 went over there. I know it. I just gotta wait a minute, and I would see it happen live. If you weren't caught on camera, no one would believe it. All right. Well, I wonder what that trending center. I don't know that guy's channel very much. Interesting stuff, though. Make a Big Mac at home. I know I'm going to be going in and having a turkey sandwich or something. Beetlejuice made chicken breast. RV living, new reality. Yup, Sha-na-na. Look at that. See, yeah, man was looking up Sha-na-na the other night, and there it is, everybody. Sha-na-na. You know, Joe Biden. Where am I? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about that guy, Joe Biden, anymore. Look at that guy's eye, man. My son did this. What? Yep, there's great news. Phil Robertson. I love Phil. That's on somebody else's channel. So if I was to play that, I don't know. I get away with it probably. That's funny. Yup. Death Camp for Cutie. Yup. Ben. He's been home doing live streams. He's been doing good too. He's great. You know, let's talk wrestling. Wrestling legends. Talk about the Hulkster. Talk about Hulk Hogan. Look at that. Look at that. Mother inside SUV testifies in New York City road rage attack. Yup. I watched this the other day on my channel. It went crazy. There's some wild stuff that happened. Yup. Yup. 10 times cartoons saw it. Yeah, well, yeah, I bet you they were on there. There's Covert 19. Yup. Yep. Wow, Mankind's WWE debut. Now, I know if I was to play that, I'd get a copyright, but yeah, man, I'll come back definitely and watch that again. Yeah, look at this. Most Big Macs ever eaten by one person, Joey. 32 Big Macs. Now, I don't know how much of a good idea that is. I don't know. Did he eat them cold? Oh, there's some White Castles. I see them right there. The best Jake, there's a pun, Jake break yet. New engines, new turbos, new deep before, probably deep bored engine probably. I don't know, let's click it. You know what, he's live right now. Let's check this out. What's going on here? It's going to have a commercial. Top dog attachments, everybody. No? Let's get out of there. Oh, it's a game. He's playing a simulator. This is awesome, man. Check him out for a minute here. Hopefully he don't mind with 265 people watching. He's got a setup, everybody.
Yeah, Joe, hey, that's why I put it in the thumbnail there, Dragon. Yeah, man, I put it in the thumbnail because it's legitimate. Like,
did he just say, yeah, man?
People think, you know, well, it's just a bunch of clickbait. No, seriously, though, the thing that I like about this is that it's different. It's not necessarily anybody else has done, but it's just different.
This is badass. I think he's got some money in his setup, everybody.
Soul Train, I believe it's this one is either 25. I think this one's 25, and it's lifetime updates for the life of the truck or the Zim, whichever comes first. Hey, thank you there, Strike. First gear member, man. All right, dude. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Good to see you, man. Hey, thank you there, Sergeant Raptor. Appreciate it, man. I certainly will. Certainly will. What you doing now, Strike? Oh, yeah, wait a minute. Sorry. Yeah, you already answered that one. Just been gaming.
This is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, they're good, man. We got another little one probably since last time.
Oh, he does have it. He can look over to the right.
Thank you there for that $2 New Zealand.
But look at his setup, dude. It's like he's sitting in a truck or something.
Yeah, I think
dude, he's clutching in everything.
And they got a 7-year-old. So, yep. You're growing up.
This is awesome.
Is your brother still doing the? He's still doing the legit esports
we're not going to stream them for too long because you know it is what it is. Everybody knows that.
Project. Yeah, I don't know.
We're going to sub this channel because I don't.
Stuff. I might would, but I need a little. I don't know, man. I need a little more space to be honest with you. I need to have a little bit more space, but we'll see. Hey, all right, we're going to pick up hay from Walmart.
Oh, okay.
FTG's here.
Man, he's going to get hay from Walmart. Oh, look at that. You drive right.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, this is too fancy, man.
Hey, thank you there. Yeah, man.
Hey, no, anytime, brother.
I drug that out. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
I have not been to Seattle in quite some time. Let's see if I can actually back this thing up. I'm not a big fan of the long lower chassis on this truck. Yeah, see? Yeah. For that reason right there. God, listen to that exhaust. I told y'all I wasn't kidding when we put on a big old, almost reminds me of a Of course, I know this is a diesel and not a car, but you know when you used to put Borla exhaust on cars and Camaros and Mustangs and stuff, it would give you this ridiculous deep throaty airy. That's what I feel like this. I feel like we just put on some 8-inch Borlas off here.
300 €/km and cannot be started.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Hey, what's up, John Deere fan? Yeah, I don't know that I would necessarily go that far. I didn't much care for it at the time.
Gotta love it, everybody.
Hey,
Great.
Jake Brown, thank you there, man. Because you're in a good mood. We're good, man. I'm glad you're in a good mood.
Great content. Great
Thank
content,
you, man.
everybody.
Appreciate it, man. Let's start that one over again.
Oh, look, he's going to back it up.
All right,
we're going to hang it
I
out
thought I might have been there
for a moment here. We're going to let him back it up, and then we're going to hit the road.
All right, Night Watch. We'll get there, buddy.
I want to see this.
Screw the backup. Just do the Jake. Do the Jake. It's all right. Hey, Random, no, it's my other shifter broke. I was carrying it across the thing, and then when I turned, it caught the edge of the baby gate, and it just flew out of my hand and went flying across the floor. And then it plugged it in, and the light didn't work. I'd gotten something on the side of it. I got something really sticky. I don't know what it was, if I was after I ate pancakes or something, or even one came over there and got something on it. So I took it over there to kind of wash it and rinse it off. And yeah, when I was coming back, I flung it across the floor. It doesn't work anymore. Oops. So yeah, so we're shifterless on the SKRS tonight. So I know that's disappointing to some people. So I'm basically using the Fanatec shifter on top. That's all I'm using. Man, that's a sexy beast right there.
And he put it right in there, everybody.
Right.
All right, way to go, man.
Yeah, you get you another one.
We're loading him up. He'll be on his way.
Well, what's up, Mons? How are you, man?
That was great, man. That's a cool-ass game. You got hay. Wow, I like that. We're subbed up now, man. We're ready to go. That was great. Recommended, everybody. Recommended on Yeah Man's channel. How about that? Yup. Full tilted gaming. Yup. I like that. That was pretty cool. I hope y'all like that. Just trying to do my best. This is what Yeah Man does when he really ain't live. I hope you guys like it. It's all good for me. I'll share my YouTube with you. It's what I do. This is what we do. Look. This is what we're waiting for. It's going to premiere. It's premiering right now. Let's watch it. Should we? Yes.
About this, we closed things up. We had no choice. It's pretty vicious out there. But the H1N1, the swine flu, people don't even remember.
Check it from the beginning.
President Trump, is he there? Yes, no, maybe. Live television. Yes or no?
I am. I'm right here.
Mr. President, thank you. Apparently, I heard you in the press conference. You had a 9 p.m. call with President Xi of China. Let me start there. How did that go?
Well, because of you, I made it at 10:30. So that just shows you the power of stuff. That just shows when you have the #1 rated show on television, I better change things around. No, I'm talking to him at 10:30. Right after this call, I'll be talking to him.
One thing I will say, I watched the task force, watching you, and it takes a lot of energy, stamina, and you never stop being president. Let me ask you, I remember when I interviewed you at Mar-a-Lago for the Super Bowl. I don't know if you remember me asking the question. I asked you to tell me, how did you, the first known case of corona was January 21st. 10 days later, you instituted a travel ban. Joe Biden called you xenophobic, hysterical, and a fearmonger. Walk us through that decision, because you said to me nobody supported it.
Well, we had 20 people in the office, 21 to be exact, and we had a lot of experts, and they never really thought to do that. And, I passed a travel ban having to do with our country. If we have certain unsafe countries that we think are unsafe, if you remember, I passed it. We won in the Supreme Court We lost in the lower courts, and we won in the Supreme Court. So we have a travel ban throughout the world if we want, if we have unsafe countries, terrorism, et cetera, et cetera. So I said, well, wait a minute. These people, if they're badly infected, and they are very badly, because I was starting to see stories, and you were, and everybody was, I said, how many come in? Well, we had massive amounts coming into the country. If you look at it, thousands and thousands a day. And I said, look, we shouldn't be doing this. I made a decision. We can't have it. And people thought it was very tough. Some of my own people, and I'll be honest with you, China didn't think it was too good either. And I think we're just absolutely fine with them. A lot of the people decided to go to Italy instead. They went to Spain instead. And you see the problems they're having, even as smaller countries by comparison, you see the problems they're having. But I made that decision, which I'm very proud of in retrospect. And you're right. I had Biden calling me xenophobic, and yet he can't define the word. If you asked him, what does it mean? I'm sure he couldn't tell you what it means. And I had him, he called me a racist because of the fact that he felt it was a racist thing to stop people from China coming in. But that was from the section of China, too, that was in such trouble. So we made a good decision. And if we didn't, we'd have thousands and thousands of more people in very serious trouble right now.
Mr. President, I've been making the case. This is everything that's going on now. We're rewriting the book, How to Deal with Pandemics. You started with the travel ban and the quarantine, then the public-private partnership, which we should talk about all the great companies we have in this country. Drive-through testing. Now we'll have a 15-minute test soon in the doctor's office. We'll have home testing, we're told, according to your task force soon. Telemedicine, I would argue, is probably one of the easier solutions for healthcare. Off-label use, getting rid of draconian FDA rules, right to try. Vaccine, we're in stage 1 trials. It used to take years to break down the sequence. Tell us about what's changing and why it has to all change.
Well, I think the FDA has been incredible. We have a man, Stephen Hahn, who's a doctor, a great doctor, highly respected from Texas, in charge of one of the great hospitals of our world. And he came in as the FDA director. And we had a good man there before also, as you know, Scott. You know Scott very well. And we've done things that are pretty amazing. If we're using certain medications that are used in other aspects of life, or for other reasons, normally it would take a long time to get it approved for this, for the virus, as we call it. So it would take a long time, and I was able to get such fast turnaround. It was incredible, like literally fast, because it was proven safe, and it's strong stuff. Malaria was the disease that one particular, it's been out for a long time, very, very effective on malaria. It may be effective, you know what we're talking about, because you've covered it. It may very well be effective with what we're doing, and we're going to find out soon. But the head of the FDA and others, they gave me really rapid approvals, like how about 24-hour approvals? And we just started having it. People in New York and others are taking it now. And I think we're going to know fairly soon whether or not it works. And I think it's got a shot. It's got a good shot.
You know, I got to say something nice. I know when you did the Fox Town Hall, I know that Dr. Oz was on the program. I've gotten to know him. Dr. Oz is like me. He never goes to sleep. He has talked to more people, more doctors, more patients that have tried hydrochloroquine and Zithromax. And I don't think you've actually really explained there is a real trial going on in the state of New York right now. Am I wrong on that?
Well, we had 10,000 units supplied and approved, and, it's a lot. And people have been taking it now for a day and a half, and we haven't heard bad news. We haven't heard too much news, period, but it's a little early. But we're going to probably know. And again, maybe it won't work, but we're going to give it a good shot. And why would we wait? Normally this process would take 2 years to get it approved, even though it's out there in terms of malaria. It's out for a different reason, but we have reason to believe, you've seen the same tests. I've seen tests and, in France and other places, Italy. So we have to see whether or not it works. If you were a betting man, I guess you'd have to bet against it. But a lot of people are saying this could be a big answer. In addition to that, Gilead and others are making some incredible things that we're going to find it. It's going to be a question of how fast, when. but there are some incredible things that are going on right now. Now the vaccine is going really well, but for the vaccine you need about at least a year of testing, because you can't put things into somebody's body by the thousands and then if it's dangerous. So for that one we're going to need testing, a longer period of testing, but they're making tremendous progress, incredible progress.
Yeah, and Dr. Oz has been putting on doctors that have been prescribing off-use hydrochloroquine and Zithromax, and patients that used it, miraculous turnarounds, incredible, I'll say anecdotal, and I understand Dr. Fauci would love a 2-year study, so would I, so would everybody, but if we can save lives now, and the right to try for me is a freedom we should have, and I know you made that law. What are your experts, the Surgeon General, Dr. Fauci, and everybody else telling you about convalescent plasma? People have the disease, they get over the disease, they have antibodies to the disease, they extract the plasma, and then they infuse it into a very sick patient. What are you hearing about it?
Well, there's really positive things. I think you're seeing what I'm seeing, some incredibly positive things, and it's affecting the immune system, and lots of other elements are at work. And these are all game changers, by the way, Sean. This is this really solves a problem. I mean, getting a vaccine is important, but if we could do something, like as an example, if we had something therapeutically where one of these numerous items that we're testing right now, I mean, literally testing it right now, if any of this worked, this is a game changer. And there's no risk when it's already out there in a different form for a different purpose. So we're going to see how it all comes out, and we're just started. So you will probably know before me, okay? Because you know all of these things, and you really were up on it. But you've also seen some of the other things. Aside from that, you've seen some incredible potential from other medicines, and we hope we're going to be able to find it quickly.
You were very gracious to your predecessor. The case, well, the HHS secretary did declare an emergency 11 days in. It was a pandemic. We knew about it in April, pandemic in June. It wasn't until late October. We had 1,000 dead Americans. We had tens of thousands of Americans contracted it. Ultimately, 60.8 million Americans contracted. Never saw not only a government response like this, but the media. They praised President Obama's declaration 6 months after they identified it, and there was never a travel ban.
Well, the H1N1, which with Joe Biden, as you know, he calls it the N1H1, but, I don't know if that's a big deal, but it's H1N1, the swine flu. It's really known as swine flu. As you probably heard, 17,000 people died. And most people don't even remember anything happening. You see, to be forgetting about this. We closed things up. We had no choice. It's pretty vicious out there. But the H1N1, the swine flu, people don't even remember it, but it killed 17,000 people. That's a lot of people, a lot.
Well, worldwide it was almost 600,000. Estimates up to 600.
In this country, it was 17,000.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 17,000 people. So that's, they acted very, very late. They were incredibly late. And the news, the media, I won't be a wise guy on your show and call it what a lot of people know it is. It's so unfair. It's so unfair. If we could only have a fair media in this country, our country would be an even greater place to be. But the media did nothing to criticize anybody. But I'll tell you, a lot of people, Marks, you look at the Gallup polls and all the different polls that are coming out, we're really being given good marks for what's happening. This is a very unique time in life. It's to see what's going on, Sean. Very terrible thing.
I heard a question, and I think I know you well enough. I've known you for 25 years or so. You have what number of deaths is acceptable to you, and you said none, zero. Yeah. None. And I'm going to scroll. I'm big on my list. I'm a list person. Okay. And all the things that you have done, starting with the national emergency, and we mentioned, obviously, what you did with the travel ban. As you and it's on delay for you, but is there anything else you can think of that you could have done that maybe could have done better? And how do you feel about where we are now if the pattern doesn't hold? Because in China and in South Korea, we see the rapid rise in people contracting it, and it gets scarier and scarier, and then it plateaus, levels off, and then a precipitous drop. Do your scientists believe that will happen? Is there anything we can do to make that happen faster so we can save lives and people don't get this virus?
Well, we did the ban from China, but you remember we did also a ban very, very early from Italy. That was another one. We were hearing bad reports, and a lot of people were dying in Italy. And I did a ban to Italy, and especially certain areas in Italy. And then I did the ban to Europe, where I took a lot of hell. And then we did ultimately the UK and Ireland, and we did the rest of it. That was separate from the European Union, as you know, and we had to do that because they started building up. In fact, they're building up quite a bit now, unfortunately. So we had to do it, and we did that, and it was something that by that time, and that was very early. By that time, I felt very confident we were doing the right thing. And we did the right thing. Otherwise, you would have had a lot of people from Italy coming in, and you see what's going on in Italy, and it's an incredible thing. When we did the ban over here, a lot of the people went to Italy. They went to Italy and Spain. A lot of the people from China. But you see exactly what's gone on. No, I think we inherited a broken system from the previous administrations, not just one, and it was very broken. It was a system of tests. But Sean, it wasn't meant for millions of people like we're talking about. It was a bad system for millions of people. It was okay, the CDC. It was okay for small numbers, but we're talking about something that hasn't been seen for many, many years. This hasn't been seen for decades. I don't know, maybe, the big one was 1917, and that was the worst by far. That was that was the Spanish flu, they call it. And that was really nothing like that. What that did to Europe, that wiped out vast sections of Europe, and a big chunk of the United States too. That was the worst.
You've been asked a lot of questions in recent days about the Defense Production Act. Why I'm saying this, I do think that bad times often brings out the worst in a few. The price gougers, the hoarders. With all due respect, Democrats playing games and holding up this bill for a week really pissed me off.
Yeah.
But I'll put that aside for a minute.
You're telling everybody in the world, Mr. President, that you'll be back. You'll be back to normal by the 8th or 9th. Is that even possible at this stage?
Earlier today,
I don't know.
8th or 9th.
These
Is that even
helping the American people explain this new paradigm of public and private partnerships and
all these
testing
places
and everything that they're doing?
Is that even possible? Is that even possible being back to work then?
No, I'm doubting it.
The love of our country, and we.
I've heard doctors talk. They're saying if Trump puts everybody back into work and back out there in the world, that he's committing mass suicide for everybody. We're just not prepared that soon.
Oh, I get it, Art. I mean, I don't expect to go back to work.
When you talk about ventilators, that's like buying a car.
Yeah, I don't expect it's not going to happen yet. It's not going to happen yet. You watch.
Heavily computerized.
New York City's a wreck right now, Art.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
And
he's crazy. He thinks everybody's going to be okay to go
He's
back.
just trying to be optimistic, but it's going to come to it. And we know once Easter hits, everyone's going to be told no.
Everybody's asking for these vast numbers.
We already know.
But we have now companies stepping up, and they're building them. They're doing the masks.
I know, but he's making himself look crazy,
Remember,
well,
we're really a second line of attack. the first line of attack is supposed
I
to
mean,
be
the government is never
hospitals
meant to
and the
protect
local
anybody,
government
you
and
know.
the states themselves.
I guess this is what the medical field told him. You stick to your business, we'll take care of our business.
Relying on the federal government. Governor Inslee, that's the state of Washington.
He knows
Well, he's
nothing.
learned in the past so many days how much more serious it's gotten, and I do understand that, you know, and he understands that.
She's not
Yeah, it's getting worse and worse.
but all she does is sit there and blame the federal government.
You know,
she doesn't get
if I even wake up with an ache or a pain, I think it's the freaking corona.
Michigan.
Oh, I believe it, but you don't go out, so as long as, you know.
I'm bringing back many car factories.
Girlfriend does.
I know, that's the only thing. As long as she's living her life right now with that hand sanitizer, you know.
Have been fantastic, I have to tell you. Most of them
keep wiping shit down every time you go in and out. That's what you got to do.
We've had trouble. We've really had trouble with the state.
You know, I've already said Beetlejuice got nuts with this shit, but you know, it is what it is.
Do well. He got 0.
I don't leave the house, Art. I come out that side door and I walk to the RV. That's all I'm doing.
You know who I'm talking about.
Are you guys using hand sanitizer there and sanitizing the house or no?
Well, she had all this stuff. I was always stocked up.
No, but is she using it now?
Oh, we've always been using it. Yeah, I mean, you always clean your countertops and disinfect that kind of thing, you know.
I don't think they'll need, but I'm building. You know, we're building 4 hospitals.
It is what it is. I mean, you got to keep your house clean.
I'm just curious. Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. Okay. I didn't
right. But what I'm saying is, we have an overabundance of cleaning supplies. It's like ridiculous. I'm good for until next year.
By the federal government. With that being
my
said,
girlfriend, if she goes out, or comes in, everything's wiped off, doorknobs, everything.
Yeah,
anybody comes in, and anything comes in, doorknobs, everything. She goes over all of it. Therapy, doorknobs, everything. You know, everything.
Or you got to worry about therapy bringing it to you. That's what you got to
go directly to the
yeah.
So we're really helping governors.
You know, and that's the scary part, you know?
Almost every governor, just about, I would say all 50, just
so
about.
That's what I worry about with you.
They were so happy with what we're doing. But they are that front attack because they're there.
Yeah, it got bad. You watched my video earlier about New York, man. They got a tractor trailer, a refrigerated tractor trailer for the dead bodies out back.
Thankful for what we're doing. We're doing
you know, they're over.
These are sort of
they're overabundant. And here's the thing about the whole ventilator thing. If you wind up on a ventilator,
and they are incredible people. They can't get enough.
It ain't a good thing.
Yeah, well, and I was kind of angry at Andrew Cuomo. I had a
Cuomo.
For 40 minutes, great conversation.
I watched that too the other day.
I was raised in New York, and then it's I need 30,000 ventilators, and I'm like, okay, it really was annoying me. Before I get to the things I don't like in last night's bill, and a lot of it got taken out, thankfully, but I want to, and rather than reading everything that's in it, I'm going to scroll. I love lists, you know that. The good things in the bill, good in the sense that we're going to help hospital workers, we're going to help workers, we're going to help small business, we're going to help the cruise line industry, the airline industry. Tell us what you like about this. It's unprecedented. We've never spent this kind of money before.
Well,
yeah, this is more than the bailouts for the auto industry, Art.
For a family
I know.
They're going to get all sorts of things that they, frankly, in many cases, they wouldn't have even gotten if they had the job, if we didn't have to go through this hell. And it's a wonderful thing. The problem is, and you see it all right there. It's right in front. The problem we have is that it's very, very painful dealing with the Democrats because they ask for things that they've been trying to get for 10 years that we don't want to give. But if we don't get them or give it, we don't get the $2 trillion that gets sent out to people, the workers, and we don't get the $2 trillion that save companies. We have a lot of this money is going to save Boeing. It's going to save the airline industry. And, you know, that means not only does it mean what it says, it also it means tremendous jobs. We can't let Boeing go. You know, Boeing had a problem, big one, to start off with. Then on top of it, this happened. And we'll save Boeing and we'll save the airlines and we'll save other companies. We have companies that were virtually AAA. And all of a sudden, you're loaning them money. You could call it a bridge loan, a short loan to get over it. In all cases, we intend getting the money back, getting interest. And in many cases, some cases, issuing what they call warrants will get pieces of the company, large pieces of the company, and that will come back and inure to the benefit of U.S. taxpayers. I mean, they're going to be great. It's a great thing. So we had to give up things that, instead of just saying, let's do what's right, which is taking care of the workers and making sure these companies don't go out of business, you could never start them again if the airlines leave. You're never going to be able to start. It's like, it's a very difficult thing with the Democrats. So we end up giving them something for Kennedy Center. We end up giving them something for far worse than that. Look, say what you want about Kennedy Center.
I'll scroll that.
They snuck a bunch of shit in.
I mean, there aren't too many people watching. I said today, Romeo and Juliet.
Well, of course, Mike,
the Lincoln.
Of course, Mike, the American taxpayer pays for that in the long run.
Oh, absolutely. But you got to realize this is money that's been.
We cut out, and you just said it better than anybody over the last 2 days.
Either way, it has to be done,
Some of the things we were giving up. And it's a shame that we can't just sit down and easily. It's always like such a big deal. I mean, it went on and on and on late into the night, every night, and this could have been done quickly in one day. The bottom line is we got a 96-0 vote. And I think all of the senators that weren't there were in quarantine. And the case of Rand Paul, a good guy, by the way, he actually has this problem. And I'm sure he'll be all right. I spoke to him today.
I don't know him. He's nobody.
By the way, people say you were joking about Mitt Romney. You want everybody to get well. I'm assuming. I know you did.
Well, I'm not a fan of Mitt Romney. I know.
I'm not either.
Understand Mitt Romney. I'm not a fan, but of course, I want him to get well. Absolutely.
Yeah, we do. All right, let me ask you this, and I scrolled the bad stuff. I'm more angry than you are, but that's it's more important we focus on the solutions. So we look at the unemployment claims today. Scary. I mean, 3.3 million. It's not surprising, but it's scary. We've watched, as I mentioned earlier, China, South Korea. You get quickly all scary, scary numbers, people contracting the disease, scary, scary numbers with all sorts of things. And all of a sudden, if the pattern holds, then it's levels and then it drops down completely. And then there's no more new cases. Are your doctors telling you every day they expect that to happen here?
Well, I think we do. I mean, whether you're doctors or not, I'm looking forward to that day when it levels out and then goes down. And I think we're going to have a tremendous bounce. Look at the stock market today. I think we set a 3-day record. We set a 1-day record yesterday. Today, we almost set it again. I mean, the stock market.
I got a question for Mr. President again.
And I think it's for.
Does he know how to use an ass thermometer?
He's getting it. That's why he wants to see everybody
go back to work.
Because the United States is all this country. We work.
Well, yeah. You need work.
Have a bounce.
Yeah, you need to work.
Maybe
Yeah.
you've never seen. I just think there's so much pent up.
Without that, the whole system crashes.
I mean, I'm lucky I can get on my unemployment art and this and that, but
can you explain that?
I like my overtime though, you know what I mean?
You'll take certain states that aren't badly impacted, where they have almost none.
If I was still working and they were still offering me overtime art, I'd be in there 7 days a week.
In, like Iowa, you take a look at Idaho.
You know that?
Take a look at Nebraska.
Yep, I know.
And I'd stay away from every single person around, and I'd hoard the same 2 high-lows all day long, so I know no one else was touching them. You know what I mean?
You did see what Megabyte wrote there about these are viruses. 2004 SARS, avian.
Yep, I do see that. I do see it. I do.
Very, very well run, and
every 2 years, he says. Every 2 years.
People in quarantine.
Yep.
There's just been so much media on this.
Also.
Yeah, but they also made a point when we had the one epidemic when Obama was in office. He didn't even shut down.
I don't believe
shut down that flights from that country.
30,000 ventilators. You go into
Yeah,
major
that was the wasn't that the swine flu though? Was it the swine flu?
30,000 ventilators. So
Ebola, correct.
Haven't seen anything
Oh,
like
yeah.
it. But the end result is we got to get back to work, and I think we can start by opening up certain parts of the country, Farm Belt.
That's like where Wagon lives. He says Kansas City's locked down, but where he lives, they're letting people move around.
As an example, you go to Texas, there are
Yeah, they're letting
places.
people move around where we're at too. So, you have to keep your distance, though.
Got to keep a distance. That's right.
Big states that aren't impacted by this.
And
So I think
the one confirmed case in my area, it's
them
not
going
being
until-
treated at a local hospital.
We have to open up.
They took them
People wanna
somewhere
get
else.
Back to work.
No, it's probably in another. My area consists of a big, large area. Okay.
Gotcha.
I really did have it for the
So
first time.
it could be somewhere, some other hospital in the county.
Gotcha.
In many ways, he's done a good job in New York, but then he always reverts back to whatever. I'll put up on the screen all the things you did for New York, and there's one thing that I noticed, and I don't
love
know,
when he
maybe
does
this.
this. I love Hannity
but
art.
I don't think people really truly understand. Where do you think we would have been?
Trump administration has agreed to dispatch a U.S. Navy ship.
Where would
to the
we
ship.
have
Yeah, look
been
at that.
if 10
March
days after
20th
the
approves
first
major
case?
disaster declaration for New York.
I think that one
FEMA announces federal government has been made available.
From the beginning, but I don't hear anybody.
Army
on
Corps
the other side of the
engineers
aisle
receive
say,
orders to begin construction of
Donald
temporary
Trump,
hospitals in New
but that
York.
was a smart idea. Probably not
Trump
only
says the
bought us
federal
time,
government is
probably
sending
saved
National
tens
Guard
of thousands
to
of
hit the
Americans
hardest
from
states.
contracting
That's
the
right.
disease. That was a good call.
Medical
I
beds,
mean, we that
gloves,
divided as a
masks,
country.
gowns.
You can't acknowledge where you kill Soleimani. You can't
There
acknowledge
is
killing
everybody.
Soleimani. Leading state sponsor of terror, Iran. He leads the state sponsor of terror.
4,000
He killed
ventilators on
Americans
their
in
way
Iraq.
to New York.
The divide is pretty intense.
Yeah, so Trump's doing his best, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the Democrats just don't want to tell you it, Art. That's what it's all about.
Acted early, and
they don't want to admit it.
Country's getting great credit for that. Forget.
They're going out. They're going out on the edge and say, "Oh, Trump's just crazy. He's going to kill a lot of people."
Yup.
That's a big decision. You cut off China.
Well, this is live right. This is live right now. We're listening to. I just backed it up a little.
We would have had death all over
Trump is our president, but we're going to do what's right, not what he tells us to do.
I remember somebody.
Right, but if you understand it's right for you to stay home, you're not running out to try and go eat dinner somewhere every night. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I'm sorry that restaurants aren't making money, but it is what it is.
You ask, what are you telling him about it? And you said it's
the economy is going to come to a halt, and it has.
How does he feel about it? And what do you say to those
Americans
that they see the headlines?
That's all it is.
The worst of the
and
worst.
the way Trump looks at it, we're a capitalist country, so the Ford Motor Company needs to build them trucks, so man can make his money, kind of thing.
Fearful.
I seen Missy in here earlier, wasn't she?
Oh, she was in here earlier. Yes.
Oh, okay. Still
I commented, but she was gone by the time I commented. I was watching this, so
it's very talking
yeah,
about it.
Still
yeah,
I mean,
it's so negative.
We got two people watching, Art.
Two people. Oh well.
You don't like discussing.
And I don't care because I don't mind. I'll watch this whole thing and then I'll do what I'm gonna do or whatever.
People are. They grow up and nobody.
But I got 5 thumbs up, 3 thumbs down, ladies and gentlemen.
Country. Now, swine
flu. I got you a thumb, all right.
I got that thumb too in my ass.
You probably have to go back a long way.
Yeah, man.
To this one, who would think when I've read about the Spanish flu that was 1917, which killed anywhere from they say 75 to 100 million people.
Holy shit, that's a lot.
Devastating, and it was also if you had it, you had a very good percentage of not making it. It was.
Well, what they're saying, Art, with the ventilators.
One thing that I can say that's really good.
Governor Cuomo was saying, if you're on a ventilator,
much better.
It ain't usually very good. And the outcome usually isn't very good.
At the beginning, because you were hearing 3, 4, 5.
You know what I'm saying?
And now with all the testing and all of the things,
basically the way I'm looking at it, if you wind up on a ventilator, you're done.
That's really
people think you just go on a ventilator and you come off. It doesn't work that way. My mom was on a ventilator, and how they would test if she could breathe.
Yeah,
it was like through a straw.
But there are
and they'd let it there for a few minutes to see how her vitals went.
They don't go to a
Right.
doctor because
And
it's
if her
something
vitals didn't stay level,
they have it, but
they would turn it
don't
back
have it.
on.
So when you look at
Gotcha.
that,
And then
and
you
you
knew
see the
she was
people who
dependent on
die,
it.
you
Right,
take a
and they
look at
tried
the
that a few more times, and you know, she would drop down considerably. You know,
Yes.
the doctor said this is
flu.
this
We
is
lose,
not good for her.
thousands of people a year to the flu.
We knew
But
when he said that it was towards the end because she had a weak heart, 10% heart,
Gotcha. Gotcha.
kidney problems. You just don't come off a ventilator, so that's not a good thing to be on one. You're correct.
now they're seeing, and it's through the testing, but they're seeing that it looks like it's substantially below. I think it's
Well, that
substantially below.
chloro, whatever, in the Z-Pack, people have been actually requesting it. Whatever
report are
that.
the people that are really feeling sick.
There's
And those are
a
the ones that
something they're throwing around they use for malaria.
sometimes don't make it.
Let me ask you,
Right.
222 days.
Some guys
Beetlejuice basically says it's bleach. It's bleach and pill and pill form or whatever.
Other side.
That chloro shit, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, yeah.
A guy tried to administer that stuff for himself. Full strength.
Oh, that's crazy.
Full strength was not in pill form.
After, of course, he hold
Yeah,
these transfusions.
he had it laying around his house. He was using it for his aquarium.
Yeah.
Are you watching it? And
instant death as soon as he took it.
Analysis of
Well, he
the
overdid
things
it then.
he's saying, and seems to be rather forgetful, and doesn't seem to have a lot of stamina, and doesn't seem to be. I say it on this show. I say he doesn't seem to have a fastball if he ever had one, and his slow pitch seems to be slower than ever.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but to be honest, I watched his debate. I'll shock you by saying this, Red. I watched him debating Bernie, and it was pretty much of an even debate. He was not bad at all. And, Bernie is not a bad debater. He's in there. He's got a lot of ranting and raving. And
I don't know. You should have like 100 people in here, wanting to hear this.
Yeah, I know.
This is important.
Hey, look at my title, Art. Come on.
Yeah, this is important. This concerns all of us.
Tweet me out, Art.
This concerns all of us. And
I tweeted it out earlier.
Before you get there, that'll be quite a bit of time. We're going to have our convention. We
about
have our
white
convention
people.
in North Carolina and Charlotte.
Can't you just put aside drama for one day? This is about life.
The end of August. And somebody was asking today, will you cancel the convention? I said, no way I'm going to cancel the convention. We're not going to cancel. It's going to be incredible. And I don't know what the Democrats are doing. The advantage is the winner gets to choose the time of the convention. So I could go first or I could go last. Going last is much better because when you go first and then they do it, so going last is much better. And we chose the second date. So we're quite a bit later than them, which I think is good. So we're at the end of August, and I think we're going to be in great shape long before there. Then I don't know what they're going to do. They come up sooner. They're in Milwaukee, a great place. So if they don't do it, maybe I'll do a speech there or something. We'll do a rally in Milwaukee.
We'll do a rally.
But they announced
mostly covert. It's over with.
It's maybe unlikely that they're going to do a convention, but that's up to them.
You said that you will be speaking tonight, a half hour after this program, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, with President Xi of China. We know that this now is a fact.
That won't go well. China.
That's tonight.
Mike Pompeo.
I don't know what we're going to hear about it.
Not being forthcoming. Even went further. He also said Russia's not being forthcoming, and Iran. We know the conspiracy theory that they've been pushing in China against the United States. I know you've said at different times you get along with President Xi. You have this new first part of this trade deal, $220 billion in 2 years. What are you going to say about him and withholding information and moving forward? Why did they lie to us?
Well, let's go back. First of all, you mentioned Russia. Russia's looking like they're having quite a bit of a problem, and people weren't bringing that up with the whole thing with the virus. Iran, we know about that. That's been really, really bad. And we've offered them assistance. We have the greatest in the world. We have the greatest people at this kind of thing in the world. And with China, they said that some of our soldiers caused the problem. We're saying, what soldiers? What are you talking about? It wasn't by him, I don't believe. But nevertheless, it got out there, and I started calling it the Chinese virus. And everybody picked it up. And, I'm not looking to do that. Look, it's better to have a good relationship. We have a great trade deal now, finally, after many, many years. Should have been done by Obama and, by the way, previous administrations, because nobody has ripped this country like China. We were losing 4, 5, more than that, $1 billion a year, every year to China. And this went back many, many years. So we now have a great piece of the trade deal. Now we'll start phase 2, and that'll be great too. And we're taking in billions and billions of dollars a year in tariffs. And they're paying for it because they see it, other things. So, let's get along with China. Let's get along with Russia. If we can, we'll see if we can do something with Iran. We'll see. I mean, I think they want to make a deal. I think if they don't, they got a problem. But we'll see what happens. When President Obama made that deal, it was one of the worst deals I've ever seen.
You would help Iran if they would allow help with the Pompeo said that.
We've offered many countries, including North Korea, including Iran, I think it's the appropriate thing to do. And we'll see what happens. Look, we're going to see what happens with Iran, and I think they want to meet. I think they want to make a deal. I think John Kerry shouldn't have been speaking. That's called the violation of the Logan Act. But John Kerry has been speaking to him, probably saying, wait till after the election. Maybe you'll be dealing with Sleepy Joe. And you can make any deal you want. Same thing with China. Maybe China's saying, look, let's wait till the
Sleepy Joe from Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Maybe we'll be dealing with a guy whose son walked out with $1.5 billion to manage.
You know that, Reaper, man.
There's been a lot of speculation.
my area, huh? Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, no, well, the other side, Scranton on the other side, kind of, but yeah.
Served 6 presidents.
Yeah, I know where Scranton's at.
Oh yeah.
There is no. Is there a conflict? I'll ask you with either Dr. Fauci or anybody else.
No, I get along with him great. I get along with Deborah fantastically. I get along with. Look, we're all in this together. This is not a question of that. And I get along with most of the governors. I don't like it though when some governors. I mean, I mentioned 2 of them. But some of these governors, they take, and then they complain. They take, and you do a great job. You build them a hospital. You do other than that, they're always complaining. So I don't like that. But generally speaking, I get
Call them whiners. Call them whiners.
He's being honest, though. He's being honest.
We have a boat. We have a ship going there, and it was supposed to be in 4 weeks. It's leaving now on Saturday. We were able to move it up. It's stocked up with supplies. It's a great ship. And, it's a hospital ship.
Yep.
And it's leaving Virginia on Saturday.
It's going to New York.
And it's very exciting. It's going to get to New York on Monday. It's going to be docked in New York Harbor. And, these are tremendous warships. These are ships that take care of the soldiers in battles. And they are.
And they're going to use it as a wellness hospital.
And there instead of in 3 weeks, it'll be there on Monday.
They're not. The covert 19's taking over all them hospitals. Why would you put more people on that ship?
And we have a little less than a minute here.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be used as a wellness hospital.
I think she could say almost on a regular basis that her approval ratings are higher than yours. Is that a problem in the family?
I think they are. She's doing a great job. People love her. Every time I make a speech or have a rally, they have sons. We love our first lady. No, she's doing a fantastic job, Sean. You know that.
Yeah. Well, I know, Mr. President, I know you've been busy. I know it's up late. I know you've been working hard. My goal is that every American, we want to save lives in the interim. We want to get a permanent solution. Thank you for taking the time to spend with our audience, and hopefully we can get this past us as quickly as possible. Thank you, sir.
It's an honor. Thank you very much, Sean. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, everybody. President Trump with Hannity tonight.
Hey, how about prayers for Leo? I heard she's sick.
Leo's sick?
Yeah, she has it in the chest. She has a cold in her chest. It's starting in her chest.
She's got a chest cold.
Yeah, that's not good.
Well, hopefully she ain't been around nobody.
Yeah, prayers to Leo.
All right, Leo. Hope you're feeling better. Yeah.
And no, that was not a corona cough.
Well, it was a Bud Light cough.
Well, I wish.
Hey, the King was on my panel last night for a really long time.
I watch all your videos. You know that. I watch your
videos.
I
do.
I know. I watch Mike's videos. I watch.
I watch I watch Mike's too.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, that was a wild stream, man. I think I can end it now, probably, Reaper.
I seen Wagon up on your panel asking anybody if they ever had dog sex.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Animals. He's nuts. Oh, somebody just popped in. Either that or you and I both have YouTube open.
No, someone just popped in.
Maybe. I mean, this is the funniest stuff I can do. I can close this one. I got so much stuff going on.
You're in the news, like you're up in that shit.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, we're up to 3, but it might drop back down to 1 because I closed everything except for StreamYards. And that's how I tested, Art. I see after a minute or 2 what drops off, especially with such a low number.
I think it's just you and I.
It's just, I know it is. You know how I figured this. Yeah, I tell you about it.
Yep.
But I wanted to watch that with Hannity, and now I got it on my channel, so it's really cool.
You think you get copyright for that? Probably not. Probably not.
No, because it's news. We're talking about the news. We're going to let it ride, and we're going to find out. How about that? And if it don't, Art, you know what this means? We're going to hit that road, and we're going to start watching the news together.
Yeah.
All right? We're going to start critiquing the news for everybody.
Sorry I couldn't be here earlier. I mean, I like dozed off.
You newsed off. I get it. You hear that pun? I said you newsed off?
Yeah, you newsed off.
Yep. But yeah, hey, we could try it. We're going to find out real soon. So, hey, everybody. That's all tonight.
Yeah,
he was your president.
Yeah,
and
beep. That's all, folks.
Even if you say he's not your president, you're going to take the money. I know it. Yeah. Later, dudes.
Yeah, they want the money.